morning show. Then, all week we get you ready for the next game on your radio home of the Steelers, WDPE, Pittsburgh.
The Mike Tomlin Show is brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Welcome to the Mike Tomlin Show, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm Bob Labriola. Okay, Coach, the last time we talked, you had yet to cut the roster down to 53. How did that process go?
You know, it was a challenging process because we had a good 90. And that's how I always view it. If you want to have a good 53, it first starts with a good 90. You take them through a fair and transparent process, which we work to do, and they do the rest. And they did. We had some tough decisions, some really competitive competitions for roster spots, but that's as it should be. And so it was a difficult process for us.
So you mentioned about having a good 90. I would guess that was reflected in the fact that you got down to 53, you didn't claim anybody off waivers, and then you also put together your first practice squad, all guys that you had in camp.
Certainly that is reflective of the 90.
Okay, another part of the process leading up to the start of the regular season is the selection of the captains. What is that process?
It's a really simple process for us. Our captains are voted on by their peers, and so on Monday of game week, at the very beginning of our team meeting, everybody gets a ballot. They vote for one offensive captain, one defensive captain, and one special teams captain, and we tally up those votes, and we let the results speak for themselves. And so we've got 4 quality guys representing us in that space. On offense, Aaron Rodgers; on defense, T.J. Watt and Cam Hayward; and on special teams, Miles Killebrew.
Do you have any opinion on how it turned out, either, or the number of players selected, or who the players were?
It was very definitive from a number standpoint, and so I was not surprised at all. All very deserving men, and I'm sure those guys have been captains before.
Do you have a sense of your team's readiness for the start of this regular season?
You know, I do, and I base that sense on what I've seen in preparation. You know, I think we're doing the things that'll make us a tough team to beat. I don't anticipate us being highly penalized, us being sloppy offensively. That's displayed by pre-snap penalties, shifts in motions on defense. That's displayed by offsides and things of that nature. Certainly, I don't anticipate us playing perfect, and nobody does. But the penalties that we do get, I want it to occur in play, technically related, not lack of knowledge of the game or lack of situational awareness. I feel good from those perspectives. All of those things, the controllables, if you will, we've done a nice job checking the boxes in the process.
So the stuff that you just talked about, did you see that from the team during the development process that started up at St. Vincent College?
Yes, I have. And you know, it's critical not just to talk about those things, but to take tangible action. For example, all week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we had officials work our practice. I know that penalties are a major component of week 1 football at every level. And so as opposed to talking to the guys about it all week, how significant it is to play clean, we brought officials to practice, and we officiated all 3 of our practices in an effort to make a point of emphasis in that regard.
Is there any type of unique challenge posed to either the coaching staff or to the players in opening a season with a starting quarterback who is new to the team? No,
not at this juncture. Certainly there's some things that we'll discover along the way as a collective. But in our particular instance, particularly because Aaron is so experienced and seasoned, I don't anticipate his newness being an issue for us in terms of continuity, communication, and things of that nature. He is just so good in those spaces.
Today's opponent is the New York Jets, and their starting quarterback is Justin Fields, who started the first 6 games of last season for you. Will you be able to take anything from the relationship you developed with him last season and use it in trying to defend him today?
Most certainly, but I'm sure he's in position to say the same thing about me. You know, we spent a lot of time together talking about likes and dislikes, comfort zones, and so forth. So I have an intimate understanding about the things that he prefers schematically, how he sees the game, his potential strengths and weaknesses. But the same could be said about his perspective regarding us. Those last weeks that he didn't start, He faced our defense every day in practice. And so he got an in-helmet perspective on the nuances of our defense, the communication, and so forth. And so there's going to be some things that he knows about us. There are going to be some things that we know about him. It'll probably be a wash in the big scheme of things, and ultimately the playmaking is going to determine the winner.
A final word from Coach Tomlin in a moment as we count down to kickoff, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Steelers fans, your team is a powerhouse. Are you ready for another great game here in the Steel City?
Absolutely. And let's take a minute to talk about the other powerhouse in town, been the best for 48 years straight. Got the grit and strength to take on anything. It's an MVP here in Pittsburgh.
Ford F-Series.
Best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh and in America. Now, how about that young duo on offense?
That's the next powerhouse on our radar.
F-150, the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Pittsburgh Steelers take great pride in helping to grow the next generation of football players through Steelers Youth Football, presented by Giant Eagle and the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. There are a variety of programs your kids can be part of. Our Phys Ed platform brings football to elementary schools around the city, helping to grow their knowledge of the game. Our High School Showcase Game of the Week brings the best in high school football action. Our Girls Flag Football Jamborees help young girls learn how they can play too. There's something for everyone and even more to explore. Head to Steelers.com/youth to get started today.
It's estimated there will be 150 million tons of textile waste by 2030, which has a devastating impact on our environment. Introducing Knotsland. Knotsland takes the best in textile discards and reuses them to recreate stylish accessories that everyone loves. Bow ties. Knotsland sustainable products are stylish and guaranteed to turn heads and start conversations. Visit knotsland.com to learn more about their inspiriting story. That's KNOTZLAND.com. Visit their unique collection today.
At Washington and Jefferson College, we don't just equip you for what's next. We empower you to adapt and thrive. At W&J, bold academics meet professors who coach you to succeed. Real-world experience is built into every major. So when you graduate, you're not just ready, you're game ready. Schedule your campus visit today at washjeff.edu. That's washjeff.edu and see where your journey begins. Washington and Jefferson College, where you learn to adapt to any challenge and thrive in the ever-changing world.
I'm Jamie Bordas. What makes our law firm great are a lot of the same things that make the Steelers great. We're tough. We fight. We win. We understand that it takes great preparation to get great results. We've been successful for years, yet every day we still strive to be better. We're a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers because we're a lot like them. Oh yeah, we also hate the Ravens.
Bordas and Bordas, fighting for justice. We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. The Mike Tomlin Show is brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Welcome back to the Mike Tomlin Show, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. You said in your Tuesday news conference that there are some global things teams generally do in terms of designed quarterback runs. What are some of those things?
You know, the things that this generation of mobile quarterbacks have grown up doing, zone read concepts, quarterback follows, and so forth. There's some right-handed runs, if you will, some global right-handed runs that all mobile quarterbacks at all levels partake in, and that generally is the guts, if you will, of base quarterback running game.
What kind of runner is Justin Fields in terms of quick or fast, strong or shifty, things like that? How would you, if you had to put out a scouting report on him for somebody else?
He certainly is straight line fast for the position, but I think more unique than his straight line speed is his ability to run at angles, his knee and ankle flexibility, his ability to run horizontally, to create space that way, to change direction. He really is a talented athlete below the waist for sure.
So what do you expect that from him in situations? Short yardage, goal line. Is that how you see them using him in terms of some of these designed running plays?
You know, certainly it's going to be a component of what they do, but there's risk associated with running your quarterback, and you have to weigh that component of the equation as well. They got to keep that guy upright, I imagine, for 17 weeks, and so most people, although quarterback mobility is a significant weapon, they're prudent in their usage. And so oftentimes they only deploy it when it's a line to gain or in search of points. And so globally in the National Football League, you'll see a lot of quarterback runs on possession downs, third down and fourth down. You'll see a lot of quarterback runs in the red zone where you're searching for that 4-point swing. But to do it on a minus 25 at 1st and 10 is risk oriented in today's game because most NFL teams got 11 defenders that hunt quarterbacks.
How do you expect defensive coordinator Steve Wilks to utilize Sauce Gardner today?
You know, Sauce is a very talented bump and run man-to-man corner. They've given him a new contract, and so I expect Coach Wilks, man, to utilize him for his known talents. He's going to travel and play man-to-man, and he lines up on the defense's left, the offense's right, but he's capable of matching. We'll see if he matches and travels with DK. He's certainly capable and compensated to do so. It's all about how many variables they want to put into their pre-snap process in week one. A lot of times people think about matching a receiver as easy business. Their focus is only Sauce, but there's someone that has to play opposite of Sauce that has to travel opposite. And so there are multiple people involved when you start talking about traveling. So I don't know whether or not he's going to travel, but certainly he is a talented bump and run corner, and I expect Coach Wilks to utilize those skills.
You know, there's a big difference in terms of age and experience, but in terms of playing style and what he means to a defense, is Sauce Gardner similar to Jalen Ramsey?
You know, I'd compare Sauce to Joey Porter. They're outside long bump corners. Joey came out a year after him, and that was a part of my draft summary, if you will, the comparison of those guys, the length, the physical structure. Jalen is a different animal, man. There's so much physicality in his game. He's safety capable. He's inside nickel capable. He's outside capable. He's a unique animal in terms of his position flex. That doesn't make that a apples and apples conversation.
In last season's opener in Atlanta, part of the offensive plan was to have your quarterback avoid the middle of the field because of the presence of safety Jesse Bates. Is there ever any area of the field you would instruct Aaron Rodgers to avoid?
You know, not at this juncture. I just got so much respect for his experience and expertise. There's certainly conversations about the capabilities of those we compete against and the potential schematics that guys like Stephen Wilks will deploy. But I hadn't put any guardrails or boundaries and so forth on him like I've done more less experienced quarterbacks or less established quarterbacks. But nothing of that is, jaw-dropping, to be quite honest with you. You make decisions based on the tools that you're working with, and certainly I'm working with a guy who's got some experience and expertise in that space, and so shame on me if I don't utilize those things.
I've asked you this question many times, and that question being, what do you need from your starting quarterback today? Now I'm going to ask it again now, and does the answer change at all because that starting quarterback is Aaron Rodgers?
It certainly changes because, we make plans based on capabilities. And we got a great belief in what these guys' capabilities are. And so certainly we expect his contributions to be significant. In other scenarios, with less experienced guys, you just want them not to wreck the Ferrari, if you will. If I'm talking to Duck Hodges, I'm like, don't throw the ball to the other team, Duck, for example. And so certainly not having those conversations with Aaron Rodgers. And so expectations are based on experience and capabilities, and that's just truth. I think anything other than that is misleading. And so I have high expectations for him from a performance standpoint, as I'm sure he does for himself.
So is it fair to say he needs to be dynamic?
I don't think any of us are scared of that, that conversation. I know that's on his agenda, and so why wouldn't it be on mine?
That's the Mike Tomlin Show, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm Bob Labriola. Rob King, Max Starks, and Missy Matthews are next as we count down to kickoff. You're listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The Mike Tomlin Show was brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The only station where you get Randy Baumann mornings and Steelers football is 102.5 WDVE Pittsburgh.
Hey Pittsburgh, this is Will Howard with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know what teamwork and a winning tradition are all about, and so does the team at Calusi Chevrolet. Having been in business for over 107 years, they know what it takes to keep customers coming back year after year. Things like great pricing, great selection, and great service after the sale. So take it from me, Will Howard. There's never been a better time to buy or better dealer to buy from. Calusi Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Hi, I'm John Henney, fourth-generation family owner of Henney Jewelers. We know Pittsburgh loves to support local businesses. At Henney Jewelers, our experienced, highly skilled, and friendly team is ready to help you with all of your jewelry needs. From the moment you step into our newly renovated store in Shadyside, you'll experience the Henney difference, an inviting atmosphere, luxury shopping, and the highest quality engagement ring and jewelry selection anywhere. Visit HenneyJewelers.com for information and appointments, or simply walk in. Henney Jewelers, your jewelers for life.
When it comes to your home, don't settle for average. West Shore Home has completed over 25,000 remodeling projects in the Pittsburgh area, and they're ready to help you next. From baths and windows to doors and flooring, they make home remodeling easy. They only use highly trained employee installers, never subcontractors. That means there's no guessing games or surprises. Plus, right now, lock in free installation at WestShoreBath.com. That's WestShoreBath.com. West Shore Home. Remodeling reimagined.
Chalk Talk, presented by Giant Eagle, returns to the Market District in Robinson on Tuesday, September 9th, with Steelers wide receiver Calvin Austin III, airing live on DVE. Stop out for your chance to win game tickets and meet number 19. Chalk Talk, September 9th at Market District on DVE.
This September, show your power. Support the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank during Hunger Action Month by donating, volunteering, or advocating. Every dollar, every hour, every voice. That's the power of you. Visit PittsburghFoodBank.org today.
So we heard Amanda is off to school.
Yeah, big step. More independence.
She's not going to call every week asking for more money for books, is she?
With Smart Start Banking from S&T Bank, she gets budgeting tools, scholarship opportunities, and can send money using Zelle.
Wow. I guess college is about getting smarter, right?
Give them financial independence and yourself peace of mind. Stop by your local branch. Call 800-325-2265 or visit stbank.com. To send money with Zelle, both parties must have an eligible checking or savings account. Terms and conditions apply. S&T Bank. Member FDIC.
When it comes to your roof, trust matters. This is Brian Murphy, and I own Easy Home Exteriors. I'm not a national chain. I'm not backed by private equity. I'm your neighbor, and this is my business. Roofing is where we shine. So if you've been thinking about replacing your roof, let's talk. I use quality materials, do the job right, and never cut corners. You won't pay for big overhead or pushy salespeople. Just honest, affordable work from a local guy who cares. No gimmicks, no games, just roofing done right. Call 412-678-7008 or visit easydidit.com.
The Black and Gold faithful always travel well to see the team on the road. And now Caliente and DVE give you a chance to become a road warrior. We're teaming up to send 2 lucky fans to watch the Black and Gold take on Detroit on December 21st in the Motor City. The winner receives tickets, airfare, and hotel stay for 2, plus a Caliente gift card. From Caliente, 7-time World Pizza Champions, and now the official pizza of WDVE. Deadline to enter is November 30th. Register at any Caliente location or at DVE.com.
You may have noticed a new internet company knocking at your door with claims like, "I'm not here to sell you anything," or "I wouldn't lie to you." The truth is, Armstrong has played an important role in your community for decades, and we're not going anywhere. That new internet provider will probably change their name, get bought out by another company, or fold completely. Armstrong, the internet you count on, the people you trust. Visit ArmstrongOneWire.com today, or anytime in the future.
This is Game Day with the Pittsburgh Steelers on DVE.
On June 5th, a months-long drama came to an end when future Hall of Fame quarterback Aaron Rodgers signed with the Steelers. The new leading man in black and gold has been busy with dress rehearsals ever since, but today he will take center stage for all to see as the Steelers open their 2025 season at MetLife Stadium against the New York Jets. I'm Rob King, joined by Max Starks, Missy Matthews. You're listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. Countdown to kickoff is delivered by Little Caesars, official pizza of your Pittsburgh Steelers. Order online during the Pizza pregame and get it delivered, or pick it up in store from the Pizza Portal Pickup. Pizza. Max, Aaron Rodgers going against his old team, the New York Jets. This is the day Steelers fans have been long anticipating. It's their first look at the four-time NFL MVP.
This is the first time in NFL history we've had two game day starting quarterbacks that started for the previous team going head-to-head against each other. And for Aaron Rodgers, you have to think that it means a little bit more coming back to MetLife Stadium, wearing a different jersey and competing against his old team and teammates. But I think this is one that we're all excited to see. Steeler Nation is going to be excited to see, what does Aaron Rodgers bring? We didn't get any previews in training camp. We didn't get that much in Friday Night Lights. This is for it all. This starts the season. This starts the journey. And, of course, we get to see him along with DK Metcalf and Jonnu Smith and some other guys that were held out.
Yep, it is a new Steelers team with a lot of help on the defensive end, too. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But, we have Aaron Rodgers starting against his old team. We have Justin Fields starting against his old team. Remember, Justin Fields started the first 6 games last year for the Steelers. He's now the quarterback for the Jets. He brings a great running element. What do the Steelers need to do to prepare for Justin Fields?
The biggest thing is do not run past him. You must run at level and squeeze. That's one of the things that's always taught when we think about how we attack Lamar Jackson, how you attack a Josh Allen. You must rush to depth and then squeeze inside. If you run past Justin Fields or you try and jump over a gap and you're not sounding your assignment, he will make you pay, and that's what they have to keep in mind, and something they should be aware of because a lot of these guys practiced against him last season.
And the Steelers were 8th in the league last year defensively in points per game allowed at just 20.4. We'll talk more about the defense in a moment. In fact, we'll talk about one of those defenders now as Missy Matthews joins us. Missy, sounds like Cam Hayward will play, an All-Pro for the 4th time last year, part of a family affair for both the Steelers and the Jets today.
Yeah, I don't think anybody is surprised that Captain Cam is ready to go. He walked out last on the field with Mike Tomlin, as always, as they headed into the locker room before they announced them. But there are only 2 pairs of brothers that are teammates in the NFL. We're going to see some brotherly, maybe not love today. Cam and Connor Hayward, of course, for the Steelers, and Quincy and Quinion Williams for the Jets. Yeah, and Quinnen, one of the best defensive tackles in the business. Missy, thank you very much. As for the Steelers, some new personnel on defense, some splash moves, the signing of Darius Slay, the trade for Jalen Ramsey. Yes, they traded for DK Metcalf too, but those corners should allow the Steelers, along with Joey Porter Jr., to maybe defend a little bit differently.
Yeah, when you have a Jalen Ramsey, a guy who can play literally any position in the secondary, I think that allows you to play more aggressive up front, keep more guys on the line of scrimmage, and make it tougher for Justin Fields to want to exit when it's a passing situation and use his legs, especially when there's a Jalen Ramsey lined up in the slot position who can blitz, but also a really great open field tackler, which is something that's normally 50-50 for a lot of DBs, especially talking about an agile quarterback like Justin Fields.
And again, it is a good defense, but the defensive sack totals were down. They were -9 in sack differential, meaning that they were sacked 9 times more than they sacked their opponent. That is not what we're used to seeing with the Steelers. They're going to try to get back to their brand of football this year, and hopefully those defensive backs can help to unlock a little bit of that potential in the Steelers defense. Well, on March 10th, we lost our great friend and great colleague, Craig Wolfley. Wolf spent 10 years in Pittsburgh as a player and better than 2 decades with the Black and Gold as a sideline reporter and analyst. He leaves behind his wife, Faith, daughters Megan, Hannah, and Esther, sons Kyle, CJ, and Max, and he leaves behind a gigantic hole in our lives and within Steelers Nation that will never quite be filled.
And
anyone who came across Craig, affectionately known as Wolf, you knew his positivity and his energy and his general happy outlook.
Somebody that really brought joy into the room.
Oh, Billy, it smells like football, doesn't it, baby? Yeah, you gotta love this. They're all getting into it. They're encouraging the crowd. Let's get them towels moving.
Guys, just moments ago, Steelers' first-round draft choice, Ben Roethlisberger, took off the headpiece and started taking snaps from center Jeff Harvin. So looks like he's up, guys.
Nobody got excited about talking ball like Craig Wolfley. No one.
This is fun stuff. This is football 101.
So if we extrapolate that, I would think he'd be over 200 next week, right?
Wolf hasn't taken a math class in 50 years, and he's talking about extrapolating.
In the black and gold with that logo on your chest and on your helmet, Wolf was in your corner.
Billy, did we have a little renegade magic there? We did. We did indeed. Lest we forget the power of renegade. Man, oh man, that got dialed up.
Pickett somehow makes the grab and spins away. What a grab! Lynn Swan would have loved that from back in Super Bowl.
I can't believe I seen what I just seen. I mean, my goodness. Maybe that's how you waffle, right? If you're going to do it right. 1, 2, 3 attempts at it. I can't believe that thing was bouncing around. He still pulled it in.
The other thing that defined him to me was the way he just bent the words over his knee. I mean, he'd combine words. He'd make up words.
This could be huge for the Steelers.
This is a ginormous play right here.
He almost looked like he went limp. He got checked by the docs. They gave him the googly moogly test. Looks all right now.
These phrases that make you laugh, that stick with you, that paint the picture.
That was a slobber knocker yet. Everybody on the sideline screamed as one. Whoa!
Wolf, did you feel it?
And of course, Wolf, you send us to places unknown. When it comes to the English language.
I'll tell you how weird I am. Just for entertainment, at halftime, I sat on the bench and took a couple of hits off the oxygen tank just for old time's sake.
Sensational job. This was a fist-in-your-face football type of affair.
He just loved life, man. He lived it well.
Join former Steelers greats Mike Logan and Roosevelt Nix for the second annual WDBE Youth Flag Football Clinics at North Strabane Park on Saturday, November 8th from 12 to 2 p.m. Registration for your school-age child is free, and each child receives a free jersey and Millie's ice cream and hot cocoa. Go to Eventbrite.com and search Flag Football to sign up today. Youth Flag Football Clinics are brought to you by U.S. Steel, S&T Bank, Millie's Truck Pittsburgh, Washington and Jefferson College, and South Hills Auto.
Need business-grade internet, unified communications, or fiber services that won't let you down? Armstrong Business Solutions delivers performance, reliability, and security for all your connectivity needs. Stay ahead with ultra-fast business internet, Wi-Fi Pro, and managed security, perfect for businesses of any size. Keep communications smooth with unified voice, including customized greetings, departmental call flow, and premium color screen handsets. Call 1-877-277-5705. Armstrong Business Solutions. Connect smarter, perform better, compete stronger.
Chris, owner of Prescott Roofing, Pittsburgh's full-service and exterior company. You want somebody with experience on your roof? Then Prescott Roofing is that company. We've been tackling Pittsburgh roofs since 1906, and our techniques have been passed down for generations. Shingle, rubber, slate, tile, box gutters, copper work. We do it all. GAF Master Elite and James Hardy certified. Free estimates and financing available online at PrescottRoofing.com. We don't talk about roofing, we do roofing.
For the last 48 years, Ford F-Series have been America's go-to trucks for moving mountains and also trailers, wood piles, and snow drifts. Work days and weekends, from the job site to the campsite. These trucks never stop working, just like you. That's what makes them America's best-selling trucks for 48 years. Ford F-150, official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers and Pittsburgh's best-selling trucks.
We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Let's go Steelers!
All season long, follow the team on your radio home for the Steelers, WDVE Pittsburgh, and save us as a preset on the free iHeartRadio app. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network proudly presents Steelers Football 2025. Brought to you in part by 84 Lumber, a dynasty partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. By Pella Windows, viewed to be the best. By Clearview Federal Credit Union. For every touchdown the black and gold score in 2025, Clearview Federal Credit Union will donate $500 to the Light of Life mission. Clearview, your financial partner for a better life. Visit clearviewfcu.org. By Iron Workers Local Union number 3. We don't go to the office, we build it. By Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. By Henny Jewelers, Pittsburgh's choice jewelry store for engagement rings, luxury jewelry, and watches. By Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of Steelers Nation. By South Hills Kia. South Hills Kia has the ride and a price you'll love. By CGR Wholesale Roofing and Siding Supply Center, where the average Joe can buy like a pro. By Iron Workers Local Union number 3. We don't go to the office, we build it. And by First National Bank. Can your bank do that? Welcome to FNB. Let's get started. Member FDIC.
This legal disclaimer is brought to you by the law firm of Bordis & Bordis, a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bordis & Bordis, fighting for justice.
This broadcast is copyrighted by the National Football League and the Pittsburgh Steelers for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or of any descriptions or accounts of the game without the consent of the National Football League or the Pittsburgh Steelers is prohibited.
Here we go from MetLife Stadium. Bill Vinovich.
What did you call?
Out.
He called heads.
Coin toss.
It is heads. You defer. You want the ball. Which way you want to kick? Turn around, please. New York will receive in the first half. Good luck, gentlemen.
So the Steelers won the toss, elected to defer. They will be on defense to begin the game as the Jets will receive. We should point out no Derek Harmon, the number 1 pick for the Steelers along the defensive line. He'll be out for a game or two, dealing with hopefully a minor injury. And then Nick Herbig also scratched from this game. So again, a couple guys down for the Jets. No Elijah Vera Tucker, their outstanding right guard, former first-round pick and a captain. He won't be out. I would expect to see a lot of the Jets running the ball at the Steelers today.
I would think the run game will be paramount, that they'll be trying to establish a run game early with Breece Hall in the backfield. Of course, Justin Fields as well as your number 2 runner in this offense. But this also means a lot of work for young Jack Sawyer on the outside with no Nick Herbig. And also we'll probably see Malik Harrison, who's normally an inside backer, also take a shift at some of the outside linebacking duties as well to offset, since you don't have the services of Nick Herbig. But I'm really interested to see what front the Steelers are going to come out with, knowing that this is a run emphasis for the Jets.
So there is a new kickoff rule in case you didn't watch the preseason. If there's a touchback, the ball comes out to the 35-yard line. That 35-yard line field position results in about a 52% score rate. So it's a big deal. They want to get more kickoffs back into the game. Here's Boswell with the run-up, and it is going to be taken by Wandu, a very dangerous returner at his own 2-yard line, heads right up the hash to the middle of the field, hit there by Malik Harrison, and slung down at the 34-yard line. And that is where the Jets will have the ball after a 33-yard return. Malik Harrison, outstanding special teamers for the Ravens, and we'll see him at linebacker today as well.
We'll see him at inside and outside linebacker. He is that swing guy for the defense in that secondary level. He can play on the outside. He's about 6'4", 260, but also has the coverage skills to play on the second off-the-ball linebacker level as well.
They have marked about the 35-yard line. Your first key, the Steelers in a 3-man defensive line front. So a 5-man front here with Justin Fields under center. Tightly bunched formation for the Jets. Turns, gets a snap, gives to Hall. Starts to the left, now finds a little crease. Bursts through, crosses the 45, crosses midfield. Gets into Steelers territory, down to the 47-yard line. A pickup of 18 yards on that initial run by Breece Hall.
Big play by the Steelers. You saw 9 guys around the line of scrimmage running their base 3-4 defense to come out and make sure that they can run. But that right there, you got to close those holes, and you got to not allow them to gash you in this run game.
Jalen Ramsey makes the tackle as the Jets break the huddle in Steelers territory on just their second play. Fields comes out in the shotgun. Once again, a very tightly bunched formation. Has Hall to his right. Brings a man in motion. That's Arian Smith. Gives to Hall off the left side. Dances. Finds a crevice again before he's chopped down by Juan Thornhill off the left side. But it's another 8-yard pickup.
And this is not boding well when you're talking about bringing in the quality of guys that you have in. That tight bunch is making it tough because your receivers that are in the stack to the left are coming and crashing the outside and kind of setting a wall for the outside move for Breece Hall to make that decision. On the previous one, you set that wall, people start to play it, and then they went to the inside.
Steelers went with a 4-man front last time. They go with a 5-man front, 3 down linemen.
You're tuned to The Drive on your 24/7 home of the black and gold. Steelers Nation Radio.
What's going on, Steelers Nation Radio, and welcome to The Drive here on the Steelers Audio Network.
Scrimmage, he loses yards, maybe a yard and a half loss back outside the 20-yard line.
And in this moment, the Steelers switched because the Jets went to what we call an 11 personnel, 3 wide receiver look. The Steelers went to a 4-down look, a 4-2 nickel, so to speak. So T.J. Watt, Alex Highsmith still in there, along with Keanu Benton and Cam Hayward.
2 receivers split to the right. H back to the left, another receiver that way. Isaiah Davis is checked in. He is to the right of Fields in the shotgun. Fields walks up to the line of scrimmage, communicating with his team. Under 10 minutes remaining as he gets the handoff and gives the handoff, I should say, to Isaiah Davis. Davis picks up about 4. Interesting, on a 3rd and 10, the Jets elect to run, and they will bring out Nick Folk to try a field goal.
Very interesting indeed. You would have thought they would have tried to go in the air with it being 3rd and long, about 10-plus yards, but the handoff in that moment, meaning they were playing for a field goal and they were not playing to score a touchdown on this opening drive.
Thornhill makes the stop, the worst field goal team in the NFL by a large margin. They've replaced their 4 kickers now with Nick Folk, the most accurate kicker in the NFL the last 2 years, setting up for a 35-yarder. His kick is up, and that kick, as you would expect from Nick Folk, is drilled through. 9:15 remains in the first quarter from MetLife Stadium. Steelers football continues with the score: the Jets 3, the Steelers nothing.
Ford F-Series, a name you'll remember. They're the best-selling trucks in America and the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers, capable of towing, hauling, and being the MVP of your game day tailgate. They're here to help you score big. Go to neighborhoodfordstore.com and enter for a chance to win an F-150. You might just become the talk of Steelers Nation. F-Series, the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh.
Planting a tree, putting in a new sprinkler system, digging a trench, no matter the project. If it involves digging, Pennsylvania 811 wants to remind you to call 811 before you dig. It's the law and it ensures your safety by steering you clear of underground lines and cables you can't see running right beneath you. Remember, every dig counts. Don't let what's buried beneath the ground surprise you. Find out more at PA1call.org. PA1call.org. Stay safe. Call 811 before you start digging.
At FNB, we rewrote the rules of banking and made getting everything you need a whole lot easier. Experience the one-of-a-kind eStore Common app from FNB. Checking, savings, loans, credit cards. One application done in minutes. Just one common app for more than 40 business and consumer products. Can your bank do that? Didn't think so. Welcome to FNB. Let's get started at fnb-online.com. Loan subject to credit approval. FNB member FDIC.
Hi, Western Pennsylvania. This is Edgar Snyder. I want to thank you for over 40 years of trusting my law firm. During those years, we've helped thousands of people just like you, our neighbors. We're here for you. We're here for our community. We're here for our region. If you've been seriously hurt in an accident, you need to talk to a lawyer, even if it's not us. If you do call us, know that you'll have the firm with over 40 years of experience fighting to get the money you deserve. And of course, there's never a fee unless we get money for you.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Back at MetLife Stadium, Nick Folk placing the ball at the 35-yard line, kicking left to right, so the Steelers will have their first possession moving right to left in front of us. Again, the dynamic kickoff rule. We have Gainwell back with Caleb Johnson. The Jets march 10 plays, 48 yards, got the 35-yard Folk field goal, so they lead by the score of 3-0 as we get the indication that we are ready to go. So Folk backpedals and now gets ready to boot it away. And the ball is in the air. It is going to be taken by Caleb Johnson, the rookie, at the goal line. Heads up the left side of the field to the 10, to the 20, stumbles as he gets to the 25 and is taken down there after a 28-yard return for the Steelers. And they will have their first possession, and you can hear that noise.
And it seems like this is a very New Jersey welcome here for Aaron Rodgers coming on the field. But you do see the terrible towels sprinkled in there, waving in support, trying to counteract the boos by the Jets fans.
There are a lot of terrible towels here, and yes, it was a chorus of boos greeting Aaron Rodgers, who breaks the huddle and strides to the line of scrimmage. He is under center, two receivers to the right, play action pass. Rodgers back, pressure, and down he goes. He is sacked by Quinnen Williams, and it's a loss back inside the 25-yard line. Rodgers didn't even have time to set his feet, and he was taken down.
And Aaron Curry, the linebacker coach for the Jets, happy about that one. Broderick Jones gets beat to the inside on that one by Quinnen Williams, giving up the first sack of the season on Aaron Rodgers. This offensive line is going to have to make sure they stay stout because Aaron is not that mobile quarterback, and they've got to do a better job if they're going to be passing.
2nd and 14. Gainwell is checked in, now moves in motion, settles back to the right of Rodgers in the shotgun. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Rodgers gets the snap, gives to Gainwell. Hesitation, stutter step, gets back to about the original line of scrimmage, so he'll pick up about 4 or so to bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Steelers.
And DK Metcalf and Sauce Gardner kind of getting into it on the outside on that run play. But if you're the Steelers, you've got to be effective. You got to weather the storm early on. The crowd's going to be involved like they are here. You don't want to give a 3 and out this early in the game and get the ball back into the Jets' side because they were so efficient in their last drive.
Rodgers empties it as Metcalf by himself at the top of the formation and 4 receivers to the left. Jets showing pressure. Now Rodgers is going to bring Gainwell back to the right in the shotgun. 2 on the play clock. Rodgers gets a snap. Back, looking left, will throw on a slant. It is complete. It is a first down, hauled in by Pat Freiermuth to the 40-yard line. Quick slant, picks up 11, and the Steelers move the chains.
And that's just a beautiful one-step slant. Pat Freiermuth lined up in the left inside slot of the formation. Has a nickel playing him heads up man. He decides to take the inside half, make himself available, and Aaron Rodgers threw a dart.
Steelers move briskly to the line of scrimmage. 2 H-backs. The lone setback is Jalen Warren. Rodgers under center will turn and give to Warren. Warren starts to the left, tries to cut back and can't quite get to a hole there.
Healthy now this season. That was going to be one of the main matchups in this contest to watch for because he usually lines up over Broderick Jones. And then that moment, Isaac Seumalo on the inside double team was the one that had him, and that's what stymied Jalen Warren, bouncing him backwards.
Pat Freiermuth moves in motion left to right. Rodgers in the shotgun, gets a snap. Back to pass, looking, steps up, will float underneath, and it is dropped. DK Metcalf on a crossing pattern, had both hands on it, couldn't haul it in. Running across the formation left to right, so it'll bring up a 3rd and long.
That's one you got to have, DK. You got to have that moment running a shallow crosser from the left inside slot, dragging across the line, a little bit beyond the line of scrimmage. Defensive back in tow with him, and he had both hands on it, but when he went to try and corral it in, it hit the turf.
May have been a first down, would have at least been 3rd and much more manageable than the 3rd and 10 the Steelers face now. 6:22 remaining in the first quarter. Jets fans up and cheering. Rodgers in the shotgun. Gets a snap. The Jets bringing pressure. Gainwell picks it up, floated out to the right. It's complete to Metcalf. Gets around a defender, down the sideline, barrels into Jets territory, inside the 40 and down to the 38.
No harm, no foul. Hey, you dropped that one. I'm glad you picked this one up and got the first down. Great job, DK. That's all I can say.
23-yard pickup as he makes the man miss in the right flat and is able to turn it upfield. And that was Tony Adams, the safety, and he shook him and picked up 23 yards down to the 37-yard line of the Jets, where it's set up on the right hash. Under 6 minutes and counting remaining in the first quarter. Rodgers to the line of scrimmage. The Steelers have converted 2 3rd and 10s on this opening drive. Rodgers surveying. Gets a snap. Play action pass. Back. He's going to set up a short screen to Jonnu Smith on the right side. And Smith will pick up a couple blocks and pick up about 6 yards down to the 31 before Quincy Williams makes the stop.
A nice job of getting out and the influence screen to the right to the tight end. Isaac Seumalo on the block, got his helmet knocked off, popped off of him. He's complaining to the referee, but a great job of really setting that up. He and Seumalo and Fautanu got out there and created a nice little edge for Jonnu Smith.
Steelers kind of going a semi-no huddle here. They're back with Rodgers in the shotgun as Gainwell to his right. 2 tight ends to the right of the formation, 2 receivers to the left. The snap and the give to Gainwell, finds a little crevice off the left side and gets down to the 25 and picks up another first down for the Steelers before Maui Goa, the rookie, can make the stop.
And the Steelers offense starting to find its rhythm, a good mix of run and pass in there, having success now and feeling it, and now right on the doorstep of the red zone of the Jets.
And no huddle once again. First down at the 25-yard line. Rodgers steps to the line of scrimmage, wants to communicate. He has Gainwell to his right. Now, once again, he's going to walk to the line of scrimmage, communicate with his offensive lineman. There's still 8 in the play clock. Rodgers gestures to his left, now settles back into the shotgun. 4 in the play clock as he gets a snap. Quick pitch to Gainwell. Gainwell tries to get to the corner, stutter steps, and is able to kind of burrow his way forward and pick up a couple off the right edge to about the 22-yard line.
Even though this is artificial turf, you have to think with the rain that was constant, you don't necessarily tarp this weather, but it being a little bit slick, you saw Kenneth Gainwell try and stick his foot in the ground to make a move, kind of stiffs a little bit, has to put his left arm down to regather himself before he gets north to south, so a minimal gain because of the stutter slip.
2nd and 7, Rodgers under center, 10th play of the drive. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, and that is Austin, who comes in motion, now stops. Play action pass. Rodgers rolling. He fires underneath. Wide open is Skoranek, and Ben Skoranek is in for the score. Rodgers to Skoranek, opening drive, touchdown. The Steelers did not have a single opening drive touchdown last year. Not one. And on their opening drive this year, they marched down, and Rodgers finds Skoranek for 6.
So you say they're 100% on the season. That's what we got on opening drives. Awesome. Love those numbers. But what made this so good was the play-action fake to Jalen Warren. It brought Jamie and Sherwood, the backer that was run blitzing, chase him, which allowed Rodgers to roll out, and Ben Skoranek running a middle drag across the middle, unabated because all the flow went to the left, and Ben Skoranek walks in for a touchdown score.
Boswell's extra point is good, and with 3:38 remaining in the first quarter from MetLife Stadium, the Steelers lead the Jets 7-3. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
DVE and Caliente Pizza and Draft House are teaming up to send 2 lucky fans to watch the Black and Gold take on Detroit on December 21st in the Motor City. The winner receives tickets, airfare, and hotel stay for 2, plus a Caliente gift card. Register today at DVE.com.
Ford F-Series, a name you'll remember. They're the best-selling trucks in America and the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers, capable of towing, hauling, and being the MVP of your game day tailgate. They're here to help you score big. Go to neighborhoodfordstore.com and enter for a chance to win an F-150. You might just become the talk of Steelers Nation. F-Series, the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh.
Where the average Joe can buy like a pro. CGR Wholesale.
You win every time you buy from CGR Wholesale Roofing and Siding Supply Center. The team there is your first line of defense to help you save time and money with their powerful fleet of delivery trucks, and their new showroom is now open. Score big with Provia Siding, Owens Corning Shingles, Trex and TimberTech Decking, and more. They've got everything you need under one roof to get you to the red zone. Check them out online at cgrwholesaleroofing.com.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank. For what's next.
Barry Wargenis from the Gateway Clipper. Host your wedding, social event, or corporate dinner and showcase the city to your guests. Destination entertainment with dinner, drinks, and unbeatable sights. Book your boat today. Visit gatewayclipper.com for information.
Your radio home for Steelers football is 102.5 DVE.
Aaron Rodgers to Ben Skoranek for the first Steelers touchdown of the 2025 season. At training camp, Aaron Rodgers said he had an open-door policy in his room. Said Skoranek got so comfortable coming in, guys, he'd stopped knocking at one point and just felt like he lived there as well. They also developed that bond in Malibu before training camp happened, and we were able to see number 8 lead us to a touchdown. Rob.
Missy, thank you very much. And a 22-yarder as the kickoff comes to Gibson on the left hash at the 5-yard line. Cuts up the right side and now has room and stumbles as he crosses the 40 out to the 45-yard line. So started all the way over on the left, cut back to the right, and a big return for Gibson has set the Jets up at the 45-yard line.
And that's just dynamic running. I knew he was a dangerous guy, but taking the ball and just running pretty much straight lines, allowing his guys to set up. There was one contact by Scotty Miller, almost had him, but just narrowly misses his ankle. And this is something you also got to work on. Danny Smith's crew is a proud crew. They're not going to like the fact that they've been giving up these big returns so early in the game.
40-yard return. Both Gibson and Wanwu are extremely dangerous return men. A big plus in the Jets' arsenal of weapons. Fields gets a snap, rolls out to his left, spins away from Highsmith, now heads out to the left, trying to get to the sideline, and is chased out of bounds after a minimal pickup. Picked up about 2 on the play. So, again, avoided a sack, but only able to pick up a couple as he is finally chased out of bounds.
And Alex Highsmith was right there. He pushed Olu Fashanu deep into the pocket, about 8 yards deep. And then once he went to make the decision, Justin Fields spun to the inside, and that's what makes him so dynamic. He's so dynamic with the ball in his hands. You never have to hit where he is. You have to anticipate where he's going to be more often than not.
In the shotgun, gets a snap, play action pass, looking, throws out to the left to Wilson. It is complete. Big play Slave runs him out of bounds. By the way, he likes to be called Big Play Slave.
I was about to say.
At the 45-yard line, first down for the Jets.
Listen, Mama call him Darius, I'm going to call him Darius.
Yeah.
Well, so he's Darius Slay. I guess if I see him in person, I'll say, I'll just say Slay. I can't call another grown man Big Play.
Okay.
It's awkward.
Well, we got it out there for the first time. I think we can go slay the rest of the game. Unless he, of course, makes a big play. 45-yard line, left hash, first down for the Jets as they begin now this second possession inside Steelers territory on their second set of downs. Snap and the give to Breece Hall. Breece Hall on penetration. Slay hits him in the backfield. He's able to wriggle free, stays on his feet, and is finally slung down by Deshaun Elliott. But it's a 3-yard pickup. It could have easily been a 4-yard loss.
Breece Hall keeps his legs moving. Man, you talk about having an opportunity right at him. Slay had him dead to rights in the backfield and then just couldn't bring him down. And then in the end, he comes down, but not after getting about 3 yards of gain. You're talking about a 7-yard differential there on the play.
And it is twice we've seen Deshaun Elliott at first edging Fields out of bounds and then coming up to make that stop there. Good to have Deshaun Elliott be able to erase some things in the back end for you. Fields in the shotgun. It's a 2nd and 7, ball at the 43 as he gets a snap. Looking left on a wheel route. It is complete to Hall, slung down along the far sidelines by Patrick Queen, but he picked up about 5 down to the 37-yard line, and the Jets quickly moved to the line of scrimmage on this 3rd and 2.
Hall just ran a flat route, and he just outpaced Patrick Queen, who's a very fast linebacker, but had a great angle on him, able to get a big gain.
In the shotgun, give to Breece Hall right up the middle of the field, and Hall bangs off one would-be tackler and picks up a first down inside the 35 and down to the 34-yard line. Peyton Wilson again on the stop.
Two very prideful and good defenses, not showing a lot of resistance right now for the Steelers' defensive side. The biggest thing is you've got to get penetration, but you can't run beyond. You see this with Breece Hall. You see this with Justin Fields. These are guys that are very electric, very agile, and nimble, getting side to side and making guys miss. You've got to play at the level and then keep everything in front of you. They're kind of still running things and penetrating a little bit too much.
2 H-backs, shotgun as Fields gets a snap. Back to pass has time. Lofting right, has a man open. It is Garrett Wilson, and Wilson is in for the score. Lofted over the head of Slay into the arms of Wilson, and the Jets have responded to the Steelers' touchdown drive with a touchdown of their own.
Garrett Wilson starting on the left side of the formation, running a deep over route to the front pylon. Just outpaces Darius Slay by about a step and a half, and a perfect teardrop pass by Justin Fields to Wilson, and he strides into the end zone for the score.
So 25 seconds remaining in the first quarter of a game expected to be low scoring. We've seen 2 touchdowns and a field goal as Nick Folk on to try the extra point. The holder is the punter, Austin McNamara. Snap, kick, up, good, but there is a flag on the play. Let's see what this is going to be.
Over there, this being behind the line of scrimmage on this side. I'm hoping it's not that they covered up the long snapper in that moment. That's in the zone where you normally would throw that flag.
Referees Bill Vinovich.
Illegal formation. Receiving team. 7 men on one side of the line. 5-yard penalty, retry.
Overloading the side. You can't overload a side on that one, so it has to be.
And they're going to bring the offense back out. They're going to bring the offense back out and try to go for 2 here.
Yep.
Well, you're half the distance, and you can take that again with the extra point. It's back further, but again, you can start it at the 2 and move it half the distance and have the ball at the 1, and that's what the Jets have elected to do here, accepting this penalty in an attempt to go for 2.
That's tough. That's a tough situation there, and it's just a schematic thing. You know, you worry about if a guy jumps off sides, or if he lines up offsides, or you cover up the long snapper or the center position as well, which you're not allowed to do.
1 yard and go for 2.
And Bill Vinovich explaining what we have already explained, which is that they're going to take the ball, line it up at the 1 yard line. Fresh football coming in. Again, a little slick out there. Ball is going to be set on the left hash. Fields comes out in the shotgun. He has Braylon Allen to his right. The more physical of the Jets runners, the bigger guy. They only need a yard here to pick up 2 points. H-backs to each side of the formation. Wilson is split to the right. Fields gets the snap. He will give to Allen. Allen is bottled up, and Allen, they haven't blown the whistle yet. They have blown it now, and he has been stopped snuffed out at the 1 yard line, and so the Jets take one off the board, try to go for two, and that 2-point attempt fails. From MetLife Stadium, Steelers football continues with the score: the Jets 9, the Steelers 7.
Calling all Steelers fans. BetMGM is giving away season tickets to Pittsburgh Steelers home games for the next 10 years. Enter BetMGM's Decade of Black and Gold sweepstakes, and you could score 2 tickets and VIP hospitality 10 passes for a decade. Opt in each week and bet on football to boost your chances. BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 and older to wager. PA and West Virginia only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
For an extraordinary advantage in sports, you need a game plan. For an extraordinary advantage everywhere else, all you need is Acrisure. With a high-tech human approach to insurance, cybersecurity, and more, Acrisure helps you take care of what you care about. That makes winning easy. See what Acrisure's extraordinary advantage can do for you at Acrisure.com.
Starting a home improvement project? Essential Utilities reminds you, before you build a deck, plant a tree, or put up a fence, call 811. Professionals from Underground Utilities like Peoples will mark your lines so you can dig safely. Whether you're doing the work yourself or hiring a professional, calling 811 is free for homeowners. And it's the law. Call 811 3 days before you dig to keep you and your family safe. Peoples, an Essential Utilities company.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
Protecting with all the digital tools you want, go to Northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank. For what's next.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Hey, it's Michelle Michaels. Every weekday at noon, the DBE Workforce builds the menu on the All-Request Electric Lunch at noon, right here on your radio home of the Steelers. WDBE, Pittsburgh.
For the world's most complete selection of Steelers merchandise, visit the official Steelers Pro Shop. Get it direct from the team at shop.steelers.com. Something to clean up for you right after this kickoff. Folk getting ready to boot it. And he sends it deep, and it will be taken by Caleb Johnson at his own 5-yard line, left side of the field, angling to the right, to the 20, the 25, cuts back, and is hit, and the ball is out. Oh, boy, that was scary. Hit by McCrary. Ball. It came loose, but the Steelers were able to recover. So the Steelers will have the ball. Looks like Juan Thornhill on the recovery for the Steelers. On the bench, Folk actually missed the kick on the extra point. Now, he was 25-25, by the way, last year, and was the most accurate field goal kicker in the league. They still could have elected to move the ball 5 yards closer and try the extra point again. Instead, they elected to move the ball from the 2 to the 1, try for 2. That 2-point attempt failed. And so it is a 9-7 Jets lead with 17 seconds remaining in the first quarter at MetLife Stadium. Steelers in the white jerseys and gold pants moving right to left. Rodgers in the shotgun has Warren to his left. Rodgers gestures, now settles back into the shotgun, gets a snap. Play action pass, thrown out quickly to Metcalf, makes the man miss. Crosses the 30, the 40, heads to the sideline, crosses midfield, and angles out of bounds near the 40-yard line of the Steelers.
What a beautiful play. The Steelers were actually lined up and I believe getting ready to run a actual run play, but instead Aaron Rodgers switches at the last second, moves Calvin Austin to the outside and throws a little now route to DK Metcalf, who wraps underneath the outside receiver, forcing that open lane, and DK Metcalf is a fast dude. Great play.
He is. A 32-yard pickup. Time to make the switch to the second quarter, brought to you by Northwest Bank. Explore checking that lets you get paid up to 2 days early. Northwest Bank, for what's next. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. With a score, the Jets 9, the Steelers 7. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank. For what's next.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Now for a limited time, get 1.99% APR on the Hyundai Tucson or Tucson Hybrid. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end September 30th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
From last-second game-winning field goals to 98-yard kickoff returns, football is exciting. But as the official bank of the Pittsburgh Steelers, PNC prefers to be steady and boring, like a solid ground game that eats up the clock. A strategy that scored a lot of financial wins over the last 160 years. And while our customers may not wear our name on the back of jerseys, Steelers fans can get 20% off regularly priced merchandise with the Pittsburgh Steelers PNC Bank debit card. A pretty exciting option play if you ask us. Find out more at pnc.com/Steelers card. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Enjoy awesome deals Monday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. 2 awesome hours. 5 awesome favorites at discount prices, including our soup, salad, bread, nacho, and dessert bar for only $9.99. $10.99 whitefish, $11.99 soft chicken, and sirloin tips and more. And for our lunch diners, we also have another awesome deal. Get our soup, salad, nacho, bread, and dessert bar for just $9.99. Monday through Friday from 11 to 3. Dine-in only. No other discounts apply.
Horses, steak, and sea house. Horses is hospitality.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
At MetLife Stadium, first play, second quarter, following officially a 31-yard gain on a quick pass out in the left flat from Rodgers to Metcalf has the Steelers set up at the 41-yard line of the Jets. Jets had the opening kickoff, marched down, kicked a field goal. The Steelers respond with a 22-yard touchdown pass after a long drive of their own. Rodgers to Skowronek, then a touchdown pass for the Jets and a failed 2-point conversion attempt. So we're at 9-7. Opening play, second quarter, ball set on the left hash. Steelers moving left to right in front of us, wearing the white jerseys and gold pants. Hayward in motion, play action pass. Rodgers back, steps up, some trouble, moving out to the right, and now we'll just fling it away. And let's see, that was nobody in the vicinity, but
outside the tackle box.
Yeah, are they going to say he was outside the tackle box? It is close.
Yeah, he just has to get it beyond the line.
No intentional grounding. The quarterback was outside the pocket.
Thank you. Thank you. There we go. Oh, stop booing. It's not real.
Well, it was
outside the box.
It was close. Actually, looking at the replay, it wasn't that close. He was a couple of yards outside the tackle box. So 2nd and 10 as Rodgers alertly throws that away to avoid the sack. Has Gainwell to his left in the shotgun. Jonnu Smith motions left to right. 2 other receivers that way. Metcalf split to the left. Being followed around, by the way, by Sauce Gardner. And the handoff, right side, it's Gainwell. Doesn't like what he sees, tries to skip to the outside, not going to make it. Michael Carter trips him up for a loss of a yard on the play back to the 42-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 11.
And for Kenneth Gainwell, he had a lane. He didn't like it. But in the NFL, you got to sometimes take it. You can't burn unless you have exceptional speed to get to the outside. Usually you got to just get up in there and get north and south. It felt like there was about 3 to 4 yards he had there. But when you bounce it to the outside, NFL defenders are too fast. You're not gonna make up that yardage.
3rd and 10. 2 tight ends in Freiermuth and Smith split out to the left. Gainwell's to the right of Rodgers in the shotgun. Austin to the left, Metcalf to the right. Quick fling out to Jonnu Smith in the left flat, and he is across the 40, cutting towards the middle of the field down to the 37. So a pickup of about 4 or so. And again, Metcalf and Sauce kind of doing a little pushing and shoving. And is it going to be the field goal unit? It is. Chris Boswell will come on to try his first attempt of the season. Coming off his Pro Bowl year, it will be a long one. A 56-yard attempt moving left to right.
Boz earlier was kicking from 58 and making it.
Orange flags on the goal post are hanging limp, so no breeze. Snap, hold, the boot by Boswell. That kick is up. and that kick is good. The great Chris Boswell from 56 yards out has given the Steelers the lead from MetLife Stadium. Steelers football continues with the score, the Steelers 10, the Jets 9.
Steelers fans, your team is a powerhouse. Are you ready for another great game here in the Steel City?
Absolutely. And let's take a minute to talk about the other powerhouse in town, been the best for 48 years straight. Got the grit and strength to take on anything. It's an MVP here in Pittsburgh.
Ford F-Series.
Best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh and in America. Now, how about that young duo on offense?
That's the next powerhouse on our radar.
F-150, the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Score big at Don's Appliances. Upgrade your kitchen with Whirlpool and KitchenAid appliances. Perfect for tailgate snacks and halftime feasts. Get free next day delivery and guaranteed lowest prices. Shop DonsAppliances.com.
So we heard Amanda is off to school.
Yeah, big step. More independent.
She's not going to call every week asking for more money for books, is she?
With Smart Start Banking from S&T Bank, she gets budgeting tools, scholarship opportunities, and can send money using Zelle.
Wow. I guess college is about getting smarter, right?
Give them financial independence and yourself peace of mind. Stop by your local branch. Call 800-325-2265 or visit stbank.com. To send money with Zelle, both parties must have an eligible checking or savings account. Terms and conditions apply. S&T Bank. Member FDIC.
Hi, Western Pennsylvania. This is Edgar Snyder. I want to thank you for over 40 years of trusting my law firm. During those years, we've helped thousands of people just like you, our neighbors. We're here for you. We're here for our community. We're here for our region. If you've been seriously hurt in an accident, you need to talk to a lawyer, even if it's not us. If you do call us, know that you'll have the firm with over 40 years of experience fighting to get the money you deserve. And of course, there's never a fee unless we get money for you.
Chalk Talk, presented by Giant Eagle, returns to the Market District in Robinson on Tuesday, September 9th, with Steelers wide receiver Calvin Austin III, airing live on DVE. Stop out for your chance to win game tickets and meet number 19. Chalk Talk, September 9th at Market District on DVE.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Steelers 10, Jets 9, thanks to a 56-yard Chris Boswell field goal. It's not anything new to see him kicking 50-yard field goals in week one. We saw it last year in Atlanta. Rob mentioned it a little bit ago. DK Metcalf and Sauce Gardner getting into it a little bit before they were able to come off the field. DK said this week he's not worried about Sauce. Meanwhile, Sauce kind of said, hey, I know how to get under his skin. Looks like that may be happening, but both guys talked to officials. Both guys separated. Nothing was called. Rob.
Missy, thank you very much. Boswell boot is taken by Gibson at the 8-yard line on the far side of the field. Heads right up the left hash. Oh, he is walloped by Ben Skoranek as he gets to the 32-yard line. Today's first half sideline reports are brought to you by Howard Hanna. Win big with Howard Hanna, a proud real estate partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, that's the worst starting position for the Jets today. Finally, somebody decided to get him down before they got beyond the 35-yard line. And Ben Skoranek, special teams ace, one of the reasons why he was kept on this 53-man roster, not because he can catch touchdowns, but because of his play on special teams as well.
Fields in the shotgun, has the fullback back. He motions him to an H-back position to the left, gets his snap, and now he's going to keep on a design run out to the right. It's able to get to the corner and scoot out of bounds across the 35 to about the 38-yard line off the right side, a pickup of about 6 for Fields.
And quarterback design draw play, fake the zone to the left. We call that boot at 8 when it goes to the right side. It was a quarterback boot at 8 play and picks up solid yardage for the first play.
Brings up a 2nd and 4, 12:52 and counting remaining here in this second quarter at MetLife Stadium. Fields in the shotgun. He has Hall to his right, gets the snap, back to pass, looking, is going to throw to Hall, but it is batted down by T.J. Watt at the line of scrimmage, and it wanders incomplete to bring up a 3rd and 4.
T.J. Swat with a play off the edge, beating the right tackle. We talk about this, the rookie, and Amon Membu beats him to the edge and then just puts his left paw up right at the last second, deflecting the pass, trying to throw a swing to the outside to his running back.
Well, they have first-round draft choices at both tackle positions. Fashanu was the 11th overall pick in 24. Membu, the 7th overall pick this year. So a lot expected from those young tackles, getting a serious test from T.J. Watt and Highsmith. 3rd and 4. Back to pass. Fields steps up, and it is complete. It was deflected slightly by Queen. It was hung onto by Ruckert, and it is close to a first down. Let's see where they're going to mark it. And it looks like they gave it to him. Right exactly at the sticks.
And that was an absolute laser to Ruckert. Justin Fields feeling the pressure come around him, steps up and just absolutely unloaded. And I don't know how Ruckert held on to that football, but it was right at the sticks.
Mike Tomlin had the red challenge flag in case that ball hit the ground. Did not throw it. Fields back to pass. Pressure coming. Throws out to the right. Wide open is Breece Hall on a screen. Crosses the midfield. Crosses 40. Crosses the 30-yard line. And finally taken down by Slay all the way. Thornhill all the way down at the Steelers' 25-yard line.
And that was a perfectly executed screen to the right side. And here's the funny thing. The D-line went up and they felt like, hey, wait a second, I made it through the line a little bit too fast and made the exit, but it was just, Breece Hall is just so fast, or is that Braylon Allen? Is so fast, it was tough to catch up with him.
33-yard pickup as Hall gets the handoff off the left side. A pickup of 2 this time coming out of the shotgun formation. So the Steelers defense trying again to stiffen here. Well, this was expected to be the lowest scoring game of the week. Every possession thus far has wound up in a score.
Yeah, and right now threatening at another score here for the Jets. But once again, to set up that screen, I love the identification, but you got to be even faster. This is something the Steelers, when they get aggressive, this is what they're susceptible to, are those screens. That's why I always talked about you have to rush to depth and then play out. You can't run beyond.
Fields will keep on the fake to Allen, gets around the right edge, around T.J. Watt, around Joey Porter, and out of bounds at the 10-yard line. So actually they're going to mark him inside the 10, down close to the 9-yard lines for Fields on that read option, was able to get outside and pick up some yardage.
And normally you're supposed to read when you're going to keep it and pull it and run out the back door. You're usually IDing that defensive end, whether he comes up the field and contain or whether he plays down the line of scrimmage in a close. And T.J. Watt played it pretty good, but the problem is Justin Fields is faster than T.J. Watt. He beat him to the edge, and that's why that play was so successful.
Shotgun formation, Allen to the right. Ball marked at the 8-yard line. Fields gets a snap, will give to Allen. Allen, a gaping hole off the left side, down close to the end zone. No signal yet. He is in for the score. Braylon Allen barrels his way into the end zone from 8 yards out, and the Jets have retaken the lead.
So when you get gashed on a play and it looks exactly the same the second time around, you tend to overplay things. And in this moment, they set up and ran the play exactly how they did when Justin Fields kept the ball to the outside, and it froze the defense for a half a second to make sure he didn't have possession, which allowed for the hole up the middle for Braylon Allen to barrel his way for the touchdown. That was good play design and play call execution by the Jets offense. Bad on the Steelers because they were pausing and waiting because they thought Justin Fields was going to keep the ball once again.
7-play, 68-yard drive. The big play, that 33-yard reception by Breece Hall. Here's the extra point attempt by Nick Folk. That extra point attempt is up, and that extra point attempt is good. 10:03 remains, second quarter from MetLife Stadium. Steelers football continues with a score of the Jets 16, the Steelers 10.
At UPMC Hillman Cancer Center, we believe cancer care shouldn't just be good enough. It should be life-changing. As the region's only National Cancer Institute designated comprehensive cancer center, we provide groundbreaking treatments and innovative clinical trials with renowned cancer specialists and a compassionate support system for patients and their families. Discover more at upmchillman.com/lifechanging.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Steelers tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Steelers. Starting a home improvement project? Essential Utilities reminds you, before you build a deck, plant a tree, or put up a fence, call 811. Professionals from underground utilities like Peoples will mark your lines so you can dig safely. Whether you're doing the work yourself or hiring a professional, calling 811 is free for homeowners. And it's the law. Call 811 3 days before you dig to keep you and your family safe. Peoples, an Essential Utilities company.
For the last 48 years, Ford F-Series have been America's go-to trucks for moving mountains and also trailers, wood piles, and snow drifts. Work days and weekends, from the job site to the campsite. These trucks never stop working, just like you. That's what makes them America's best-selling trucks for 48 years. Ford F-150, official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers and Pittsburgh's best-selling trucks.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
At MetLife Stadium, the Jets have retaken the lead. Each team has scored on each of its possessions. 10:03 remaining in the second quarter here. The latest NFL scores brought to you by Clearview Federal Credit Union. Financial advice is closer than you think. All second quarter, Atlanta over Tampa Bay 7-3. Bengals and Browns tied at 7. Indianapolis over Miami 17-zip. Carolina and Jacksonville 3 apiece. New England and the Raiders also tied at 7. New Orleans over Arizona 7-3. And Washington leads the Giants 7-3. Again, all second quarter scores. Folk, here is the boot. Fireman Ed with the Jets, Jets here leading the way. It is the rookie Caleb Johnson who gets the kickoff, both hands on the ball as he crosses the 28 or 25 and gets to about the 28-yard line. That is where the Steelers will take over for their third possession of this first half.
Yeah, 5 possessions so far, 5 scores indeed. You know, of those out-of-town scores that you read, Jacksonville up on Miami 17-zip. That one's a little surprising. Indianapolis on top of the Dolphins. That's a pretty surprising one, but everything else seems about right. What we saw the first 2 games of the season, Thursday and Friday, we saw slow and fast from each of those teams. So hopefully for the Steelers, they can slow down this Jets offense and then speed up the Steelers offense.
And maybe make some adjustments here. Ball at the 28-yard line. Shotgun, the handoff to Jalen Warren, trying to get to the left edge. Gets there, but Michael Carter is able to spin him inside and drop him after a 2-yard gain out to the 30-yard line.
Positive yards. This Jets defense is very good at playing laterally, and you have to make sure that you're securing the edge when you're trying to set these type of plays up. Jalen Warren can make you pay, but you got to set up as an offensive line. I feel like the offensive line's trying to still figure out those blocking schemes on the outside zones.
Very good front 4-2, extremely active middle linebackers. Quincy Williams, a 2023 Pro Bowler. Jamian Sherwood led the NFL with 98 solo tackles last year. 2nd and 8. Rodgers in the shotgun. Gets the snap. Back to pass. Looking. Sets up a little screen to Gainwell on the left. Gainwell tries to get to the edge, but a nice job by the guy we just mentioned, Quincy Williams, fighting off a block and stopping him after a 4-yard gain. Looked like there was more meat on that bone, but it'll set up now a 3rd and 4.
Well, at least the one big thing is you at least got positive yardage in the moment. For Kenneth Gainwell, he was decisive, getting north and south, and didn't try and stretch it too early. He got north and then tried to bounce to try and get additional yardage after gaining the first few.
3rd and 4 was an empty set. Now Rodgers wants some shifting. So he has Gainwell to his left, trips to the right, one receiver to the left of the formation. Rodgers coming up, stepping up to the line of scrimmage. It's loud here, communicating with his team, settles back in the shotgun. 2 on the play clock, gets a snap, back to pass, looking, pump fakes, now in trouble, and down he goes. He is sacked, and it is Johnson and Will McDonald who are in there. Looked like Jermaine Johnson. No, it was Will McDonald, I beg your pardon, who had the sack there for the Jets. 10.5 sacks a year ago, and Rodgers couldn't find anybody open downfield.
Rodgers pump faked, and Broderick Jones had Will McDonald locked up, but Rodgers stepped up and came right in front of Broderick, making it a very easy sack. That's one where you call it a coverage. It wasn't on the player. It's not like Broderick got beat. So I don't want people to watch this replay when they get home or hear it later and say, oh my goodness, Broderick Jones gave up a sack. That was one that's considered a coverage sack in that moment.
First punt of the game is taken by Gibson. Fair catch at the 25-yard line, 44-yard punt. And so the Jets will have the ball They're going to mark it at their own 26-yard line. 7:47 remains second quarter for MetLife Stadium. Steelers football continues with a score: the Jets 16, the Steelers 10.
When it comes to your home, don't settle for average. West Shore Home has completed over 25,000 remodeling projects in the Pittsburgh area, and they're ready to help you next. From baths and windows to doors and flooring, they make home remodeling easy. They only use highly trained employee installers, never subcontractors. That means there's no guessing games or surprises. Plus, right now, lock in free installation at westshorebath.com. That's westshorebath.com. West Shore Home. Remodeling reimagined.
Hey Pittsburgh, this is Will Howard with Pittsburgh Steelers. I know what teamwork and a winning tradition are all about, and so does the team at Calusi Chevrolet. Having been in business for over 107 years, they know what it takes to keep customers coming back year after year. Things like great pricing, great selection, and great service after the sale. So take it from me, Will Howard. There's never been a better time to buy or better dealer to buy from. Calusi Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
So we heard Amanda is off to school.
Yeah, big step. More independence.
She's not going to call every week asking for more money for books, is she?
With Smart Start Banking from S&T Bank, she gets budgeting tools, scholarship opportunities, and can send money using Zelle.
Wow. I guess college is about getting smarter, right?
Give them financial independence and yourself peace of mind. Stop by your local branch. Call 800-325-2265 or visit stbank.com. To send money with Zelle, both parties must have an eligible checking or savings account. Terms and conditions apply. S&T Bank. Member FDIC.
At Washington and Jefferson College, we don't just equip you for what's next. We empower you to adapt and thrive. At W&J, bold academics meet professors who coach you to succeed. Real-world experience is built into every major. So when you graduate, you're not just ready, you're game ready. Schedule your campus visit today at washjeff.edu. That's washjeff.edu and see where your journey begins. Washington and Jefferson College, where you learn to adapt to any challenge and thrive in the ever-changing world.
Randy Bauman Mornings and Steelers Football, TVE. We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
We know you need more than just game day. That's why your radio home of the Steelers brings you the best coverage all week.
The run-up and the boot.
To take you to the next kickoff, WTVE, Pittsburgh.
7:47 remains second quarter. MetLife Stadium had our first punt of the game. That was Corliss Waitman booting it away to Gibson, who got the fair catch at the 26-yard line of the Jets. The ball set on the left hash. 7:47 remains in the second quarter. The Jets on top, 16-10 in the 2025 regular season opener. Fields in the shotgun has Braylon Allen to his right. Brings Taylor back in motion to be an H-back to the right. Now gets the snap. Back to pass. Looking, has time, throws underneath. It is complete to Garrett Wilson, and Wilson is finally wrestled out of bounds by Joey Porter on a crossing route. It's a pickup of 11, and it's a first down for the Jets.
And the efficiency continues. One of the crazy things is just the amount of time Justin Fields has in the pocket to make his decisions. You haven't seen that pressure that we're so accustomed to from this Steelers squad in the front four.
Yeah, the Steelers brought pressure there, too. They brought extra guys and could not get home. Fields back in the shotgun. Has Hall to his right. Gets a snap. Will give to Hall. Hall off left guard, stutter step, and gets out to about the 40-yard line to pick up a solid 3 yards on first down.
And just a dive play up the middle between the center and the left guard for the Jets. And this is one thing. They're making sure that they are very efficient on these downs, getting 3 to 4 yards a pop on each play, which makes this very manageable. We haven't seen a lot of backed up football for the Jets, or a lot of negative plays so far.
6:40 and counting remaining in the second quarter as the Jets break the huddle. Fields in the shotgun. He has Hall to his right. Now brings Reynolds in motion to the left, so 3 receivers that way. Now Reynolds crosses back to the right. Snap and the give, and it is Hall off the left side, and on the fake, T.J. Watt just demolished Fields. So again, this is interesting. So the handoff goes to the left side. There's a loss of a couple of yards, and T.J. Watt just blistered Fields. And if you're going to do a read option, right? That's going to happen.
That is going to happen, and good for the referee not to throw a flag errantly because of the hit on a quarterback or quote-unquote defenseless player. Justin Fields has taken the quarterback keeper at least 3 times in this game, so it makes him a very viable run option. So if you're TJ, squat bug.
Well, Deshaun Elliott, he's walking to the sideline under his own power, which is good news, as the Steelers medical staff wanted to help him off the field, but he is arching his back, trying to stretch out a little bit. He is a helmet off and on the sideline, and so
possible left leg issue. So they're going to evaluate.
Clark will check in at the safety position as the Steelers run a 2-deep safety look on a 3rd and 9. Ball at the 38-yard line of the Jets. Fields in the shotgun. 4 Steelers coming up the middle. Now Fields is going to slip out of the pocket, throws across his field, and it is complete. Oh my goodness, across the middle of the field. Wrong foot throw, brought in. It's Tyler Johnson, just elevated from the practice squad to make the reception, and Fields slipping out of the pocket and throwing a beautiful ball across his body.
Cam Hayward had Justin Fields dead to rights, but slides up in there, and Juan Thornhill tried to make the play, trying to go for the interception, and Johnson just ducks at the last second after receiving the ball to extend the play even further. It was almost on both accounts, the interception and the sack for the Steelers defense.
A lot of almost winds up in a 24-yard gain for the Jets. The ball at the 38-yard line of the Steelers. Fields is 8 for 9 and 126 yards, and now we have a flag and a stop and play. And it looks like it's going to be against the Jets.
Play a game.
Play a game. Offense number 7. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Now Fields not happy, as no team is with a pre-snap penalty, but maybe an opportunity for the Steelers to regroup a little bit. That was a decent series for the Steelers, and they did a lot of things right on that 3rd and long. Unfortunately, Fields made a great play.
Yeah, Fields just made a great play with his legs and his arm, both in that situation, to escape the sack and then, of course, ID and make the throw.
1st and 15, design quarterback draw. Fields has room, slides down as he crosses the 40, weaves to the left, and is down at the 37.5-yard line where he began that slide. So picks up the yardage lost on that delay of game and maybe an extra half a yard.
And sitting just inside, you're right, the sticks, so about 2 or I should say 2nd and 9.5 yards.
Yep. And 4:30 and counting remaining here. Fields 5 carries, 34 yards, has been very accurate through the air. He has been just what the Jets want him to be at this point, and maybe more, as he settles under center. Brings Mason Taylor, the rookie tight end, back into a fullback position. Gets the snap. Gives off the left side. Hall hesitation. Hall is able to weave through the Steelers defense and get down to the 29-yard line. Just straight up the middle. Patient run. Picks up about 8, and it's going to be a 3rd and short for the Jets.
Breece Hall is such a dangerous runner. The patience, the vision, and agility by him. He just weaves his way through the middle of the Steelers defense, and the Steelers haven't found an answer yet on how to either run blitz or play base and get into those holes and prevent the cutback lanes. Breece Hall's been really good about picking and choosing how to get through the Steelers defense this early in the first half.
So it is 3rd and a half yard as the keeper on Fields, and Peyton Wilson was there. The fake to Allen to the right. He ran to the left, lost his footing because Peyton Wilson was there, and presumably here the Jets will try a field goal, although they've got the offense still out on the field. Well, it's a 4th and 5. The Steelers begin to send the special teams unit out there, and they still have some special teams personnel working their way off the field right now. Some confusion on the Steelers side of the field. They have their 11 out there now. 4th and 5. Jets lined up to go for it. And the Steelers, there was a lot of confusion there, and the Steelers want to use a timeout at the 2:59 mark. You can hardly blame them here. They just assumed, as I think a lot of people did, the Jets were going to try a 50, maybe 51-yard field goal, but Aaron Glenn, the first-year coach, kept his offense out there. Now maybe it looks like the special teams is going to come out to try a field goal.
Yeah, I have to believe that they were going to try and do a hard count and see if they could get the Steelers to jump in that moment, and then if not, run the clock down, take time away from the Steelers.
Right.
And if you force them to call a timeout, kudos to you, because now the Steelers have one less timeout to work with and a potential 2-minute drill situation sitting here at 2:59 left.
Yeah, the fact that they had to use a timeout there is, could wind up being extremely beneficial. People talk about clock management and did you make the right decision? Well, you just got yourself maybe 25 seconds or so by using that timeout. That's at least 2 offensive plays when you get the ball back.
And you still have the 2-minute warning on your side as well. So still 3 stoppage opportunities if you're the Steelers if you can maintain and possess the football.
Folk, the NFL's most accurate kicker the last 2 years, setting up for a 51-yard attempt. Here's the hold, here's the kick, and that kick is up, and that kick is good. And Nick Folk has extended the Jets' lead as from MetLife Stadium with 2:54 remaining in the second quarter. Steelers football continues with the score: the Jets 19, the Steelers 10.
Ford F-Series, a name you'll remember. They're the best-selling trucks in America and the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers, capable of towing, hauling, and being the MVP of your game day tailgate. They're here to help you score big. Go to neighborhoodfordstore.com and enter for a chance to win an F-150. You might just become the talk of Steelers Nation. F-Series, the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh.
At U.S. Steel, we're engineering what's next. High-strength steel for safer, smarter cars, precision products for resilient, sustainable homes, innovative alloys powering clean energy and advanced construction. The transformation of U.S. Steel continues as we focus on delivering visionary steel solutions that serve customers and communities along with people and the planet. Together, we're building stronger next-generation steels right here in the U.S., mined, melted, and made in the USA. To learn more about the future of steel, visit ussteel.com.
At FNB, we rewrote the rules of banking and made getting everything you need a whole lot easier. Experience the one-of-a-kind eStore Common app from FNB. Checking, savings, loans, credit cards. One application done in minutes. Just one common app for more than 40 business and consumer products. Can your bank do that? Didn't think so. Welcome to FNB. Let's get started at fnb-online.com. Loan subject to credit approval. FNB member FDIC.
Welcome to Pond Lehocky Giordano, one of the largest workers' compensation law firms in the country. We know the playbook on injury law. It's how we've helped over 100,000 injured and disabled workers obtain benefits. And we know we can do the same for you. Even better, you don't pay a dime until we win your case. One conversation is all it takes to help you and your family get back on track. For any legal needs, give Pond Lehocky a call.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The Jets increased their lead to 19-10 over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Deshaun Elliott hurt his knee. He is out here on the field still, but they are listing him as doubtful to return to the game. He's up and walking around, talking to doctors and trainers. We'll keep you posted. Rob, up to you.
All right, Missy, thank you very much. That would obviously be a big loss. Deshaun was rewarded for his terrific play by signing a contract extension in the offseason. Folk getting ready to kick off. Total yardage right now, the Jets 217, the Steelers 108 as Folk boots it. And it is going to be taken in the end zone, and Caleb Johnson will take a knee there. So that means, again, with the new rules, they'll all be spotted at the 35-yard line. So good field position for the Steelers. A reminder that our next broadcast on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network will be Sunday, September 14th. And the Pittsburgh Steelers host the Seattle Seahawks. Steelers Audio Network coverage will begin at 11 a.m. on Sunday, the 14th. By rote, everybody was at the 30-yard line. Said, no, we got a new rule, guys. We're bringing it out to the 35. And that's where the Steelers
go further.
That is where the Steelers will have the ball on the left hash. 2:54 remaining here in this first half. The Steelers trailing 19-10. Keep in mind the Steelers won the toss, deferred, so they will get the ball to begin the second half. Would like to double up with scores to begin the second half, but also to end this first half. Rodgers under center has Warren as the lone setback. Play action pass. Warren throws out to Metcalf, and it was too high. Almost brought down the juggling catch. Instead, incomplete. That throw off the mark by Aaron Rodgers.
Great protection by the offensive line of giving Aaron plenty of time and space to work with. He just sailed away. He was trying to lead DK to the outside to his left. Ball sails about a yard too high, and DK, outstretched hands, can't haul the ball in.
So 2:50 now remaining here. Just 4 seconds elapsing on that play. Rodgers in the shotgun has Warren to his right. Jets showing four-man rush. Rodgers gets the snap. The Jets will bring four. Rodgers steps up. Now will throw off his back foot. Wide open is Calvin Austin. Scoots up the right sideline into Jets territory and down to the 35-yard line.
One of the most beautiful things to watch is the release points and multiple angles that Aaron Rodgers can release a football. That one right there, he floated it around his right tackle and the defensive end, almost like when you see one of those fancy movies where the guy can like make the bullet curve around. That's what it looked like as he threw the ball around for the shot to Calvin Austin.
Now into the matrix, a 30-yard pickup from Rodgers to Austin. He has Warren to his right in the shotgun. Gets the snap. Will give to Warren off the left side, and Warren finds a crease, bangs across the 30, and down close to the 28-yard line before Tony Adams will make the stop. And now it is time for the 2-minute warning. It is brought to you by Pond Lee Hockey Giordano. Injured at work or in an accident? Call Pond Lee Hockey for a free consultation. Their expert legal team will help every step of the way and get you and your family back on track. With a score of the Jets 19, the Steelers 10, this is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Hey Pittsburgh, this is Will Howard with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know what teamwork and a winning tradition are all about, and so does the team at Calusi Chevrolet. Having been in business for over 107 years, they know what it takes to keep customers coming back year after year. Things like great pricing, great selection, and great service after the sale. So take it from me, Will Howard. There's never been a better time to buy or better dealer to buy from. Calusi Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Join former Steelers greats Mike Logan and Roosevelt Nix for the second annual WDBE Youth Flag Football Clinics at North Strabane Park on Saturday, November 8th from 12 to 2 p.m. Registration for your school-age child is free, and each child receives a free jersey and Millie's ice cream and hot cocoa. Go to Eventbrite.com and search Flag Football to sign up today. Youth Flag Football Clinics are brought to you by U.S. Steel, S&T Bank, Millie's Truck Pittsburgh, Washington and Jefferson College, and South Hills Auto.
At FNB, we rewrote the rules of banking and made getting everything you need a whole lot easier. Experience the one-of-a-kind eStore Common App from FNB. Checking, savings, loans, credit cards. One application done in minutes. Just one common app for more than 40 business and consumer products. Can your bank do that? Didn't think so. Welcome to FNB. Let's get started at fnb-online.com. Loan subject to credit approval. FNB member FDIC.
No matter the project, it's always safer with Always Safe. Providing traffic control, flagging, and other smart work zone preparation and planning. Always Safe has a well-trained crew to ensure that your project is as safe as possible. Always Safe has competitive pricing with 24/7 year-round crews available in Pennsylvania, Ohio, and West Virginia. For a quote, visit awsafe.net. That's awsafe.net. Always Safe, making traffic safe again.
The Pittsburgh Steelers play here on DVE.
First half, 2-minute warning. Steelers trailing 19-10. They are marching. 2 timeouts remaining. The ball just inside the 29-yard line of the Jets. Steelers moving left to right in front of us, facing a second and 3 with the ball again just about the 28-yard line.
And for the Steelers, you want to be cautious. You want to try and take this time down because you don't want to give the Jets any time on the ball. Even though they still have their full complement of timeouts, you don't want to give them time to work. You want to kind of drain the clock efficiently, and you still have the 2 timeouts in your back pocket if you need to use them.
Rodgers goes empty set. Now will bring Gainwell back to his right. In the shotgun, 2 receivers to the right, a tight end and a receiver split to the left as well. Hand off to Gainwell, looking for some room off the left side, not finding much. Nudges his way down to about the 27, where it'll be a 3rd and about 2.
The Jets not electing to use a timeout here in this 3rd and short situation. I imagine the Steelers, you got to convert this. This is the biggest thing, but you also don't want to snap it too soon as well, because then the Jets would be likely to burn a timeout in this moment.
About 14 on the play clock as the Steelers break the huddle. They're 2 of 4 on 3rd down. 10 on the play clock. 1:22 on the actual game clock as Rodgers in the shotgun. Rodgers gets the snap. Fakes, throws out to the right. It is complete juggling catch by Jonnu Smith, lunging forward across the 25, down to the 24 before Tony Adams makes the stop. And there is a timeout called with the ball now set on the 24-yard line as the Jets will use a timeout here.
This is what you want to do. You want to try and burn those timeouts and milk this clock. Good job by Jonnu Smith. Had to make a little bit of an outreach catch to haul that in. A little Inspector Gadget action, but he hauls it in and makes sure that he gets the ball across the line of scrimmage. He looked for the first down marker to make sure he was across and then fell forward, staying in bounds as well. Also a key thing.
He did. That was a very good point. He was eyeing that first down marker. His head tilted, looked toward it, and stretched forward and got the first down. This is an interesting decision by Aaron Glenn to use the timeout here. A lot of coaches, I think, would just let the time go and try to force the team to speed up and see, the Steelers only have 2 timeouts, but an aggressive move here, because if you force an incompletion, to see this from the Jets' perspective, use 2 more timeouts, you'd have at least potentially 1 more shot with the ball. Steelers don't want to see that happen as Rodgers in the shotgun has Gainwell to his left. Motion man is Jonnu Smith, and now he tucks in at the left side, which is where the pitch goes to Gainwell. Gainwell's hit, the ball came out, and he's able to recover it. No gain in the play, right at the 24-yard line, and the Jets will use another timeout. It was Jamian Sherwood who came up and made the big hit on Gainwell.
And Gainwell was twisting around and had turned his back, and Sherwood coming down kind of hit him in the shoulder area, forcing him to jerk the ball out of his body. But the good thing is Kenneth Gainwell saw where the ball went and dove immediately on it, but a missed opportunity for the Steelers. Now they're going to have to probably pass in this situation to get some of that yardage back so you can get a manageable situation, because now time is of the essence. You have 1:07 left, but New York only has 1 more timeout. If you have a big enough completion and you're forced to burn it, this could possibly be something where the Jets would then have to say this is a negative return. We might not have enough time to run plays.
Yeah, the Jets, this is an aggressive stance they've taken by using these timeouts. And if the Steelers pick up a first down, that use of the timeouts will backfire. If they can stop them here, the Jets, again, will have 1 more possession before the end of the first half. Steelers break the huddle ball at the 24-yard line. 1:07 remaining. Rodgers in the shotgun has Warren to his left. 2 receivers split out to the right, Austin and Metcalf. Tight end to the left of the formation. Rodgers gets the snap, fakes the pitch, back to the right, firing for Austin, and Austin makes a beautiful back shoulder grab down at the 3-yard line. Excellent throw, tremendous catch by Austin, reaching over the defender to haul that in. And the Steelers are now entering the Heinz red zone during Steelers season. It has to be Heinz. 21-yard pickup, has the ball at the 3-yard line. The give to Warren off left guard, and Warren is bottled up and stopped with 36 seconds and counting. Actually, the Steelers are going to call a timeout with 37 seconds remaining.
A smart move by Pittsburgh. Well, what a fantastic play. Aaron Rodgers feels pressured from his left. There was an overload blitz coming from the left-hand side, so he moves out to the right. Calvin Austin is not open from that angle that Aaron Rodgers released that football. He saw something to the outside and floated the ball just outside into the back shoulder range, but it came a little short, so Calvin Austin had to turn around and adjust underneath and haul that pass in and stayed in bounds. He did not go out of bounds, which was another key thing, making sure that the clock could run and the Steelers had the option whether they wanted to call the timeout or not.
Yeah, by the way, reputation for Brandon Stevens with the Ravens, excellent cover guy, but doesn't always get the head around. It was Brandon Stevens. He had great coverage on Austin, but Austin reached back over the top of him to haul that in. Rodgers is 10 for 13, 156 yards, and a touchdown. 37 seconds remain. Steelers have 1 timeout left. The ball is set right in the middle of the field at the 3-yard line as the Steelers break the huddle. Warren is to try to, on the jet sweep, get to the end zone, lunges forward. Touchdown, Pittsburgh Steelers. Jonnu Smith on the jet sweep left to right, crashes into the pylon and gets the score for the Steelers.
That was a thing of beauty. Now, they will call that a forward pass, so technically is a passing touchdown to Aaron Rodgers. I know semantics, right? But since he held the ball, Jonnu crossed in front and he tossed it to him, he did not put the ball in his belly. That's what makes that a pass. but beautiful play design. And, of course, who's figuring a tight end jet sweep? But Jonnu Smith, skillful enough to be a receiver, but with the body size of a tight end, is able to do those type of things. So great creativity by Arthur Smith.
Taking a look at that, there was a massive bodies, and the pylon went tumbling down, and they ascertained that it was, in fact, Smith that hit it on his way into the end zone. So the extra point attempt by Boswell is up, and that extra point attempt is good. And with 32 seconds remaining in the first half at MetLife Stadium, the Steelers have just scored from the Heinz red zone. During Steelers season, it has to be Heinz. From MetLife Stadium, Steelers football continues with a score: the Jets 19, the Steelers 17.
Ford F-Series, a name you'll remember. They're the best-selling trucks in America and the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers, capable of towing, hauling, and being the MVP of your game day tailgate. They're here to help you score big. Go to neighborhoodfordstore.com and enter for a chance to win an F-150. You might just become the talk of Steelers Nation. F-Series, the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Steelers tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Steelers. Enjoy Hossam deals Monday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. 2 Hossam hours. 5 Hossam favorites at discount prices, including our soup, salad, bread, nacho, and dessert bar for only $9.99. $10.99 whitefish, $11.99 soft chicken, and sirloin tips and more. And for our lunch diners, we also have another Hossam deal. Get our soup, salad, nacho, bread, and dessert bar for just $9.99. Monday through Friday from 11 to 3. Dine-in only. No other discounts apply.
Hoss's Steak and Sea House. Hoss's is hospitality.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to Northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank. For what's next.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The predictions were for a low-scoring game. We have seen one punt, and it is 19-17 with 32 seconds remaining here in the first half of MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the lead as they're getting set to receive, moving right to left in front of us. Boswell ready for the boot. And we don't see Wangu back there, the dangerous return man, and instead it will go to another dangerous return man, Gibson, at his own 3-yard line, far side of the field. Straight up the numbers, crosses the 30, edges to the outside, and is taken down there. Carson Bruner in on the stop defensively on special teams for the Steelers, and so the ball will be marked at the 33-yard line. The Jets have one timeout remaining. It'll be interesting to see how aggressive they get here.
It's one of those things you're probably going to try and see if you can run a deep out route. So for the Steelers, you're trying to make sure you do not allow those receivers to get the outside leverage on you to where they can step outside, because you have only one timeout. You're trying to figure out how can I manufacture stopping the clock, and that's the easiest way to do it. So play everything outside in and force it to the middle of the field.
Fields gets a snap under duress, steps up, and is able to slither out of the pocket, throws to his right, and has Garrett Wilson on the far sideline, tumbling out of bounds at the 41-yard line, so the clock stops with 19 seconds remaining. Second time the Steelers have had an outstanding opportunity to bring down Fields, but he is a hard man to bring down.
Slippery, wiry, all those things. Even though he's a larger quarterback, he still has an ability to escape, almost like Houdini in some of those moments. But that's one of the things when a play breaks down. You have to keep your discipline if you're the defensive back secondary group. 2nd and 2. Fields in the shotgun, gets the snap, back to pass. Pocket collapsing, steps up, and again gets away. Now moving out to his left, going to stop, wants to throw the ball, and now just throws it away as Jalen Ramsey came firing up and knocked him to the ground with 9 seconds remaining. And now, one of the Jets' offensive linemen came up and headbutted him.
And that was John Simpson, the one-time Baltimore Raven, came running up and just knocked Jalen Ramsey to the ground. And Ramsey didn't do anything wrong that we could see. A good, hard, physical hit along the sideline, and Simpson didn't like it.
Offense number 76. 15-yard penalty. Down counts. Third down.
The right play in that moment. Jalen Ramsey, what they're getting upset is the ball was just released. He can still make contact with the with the quarterback within 2 steps, and he did not wrap. He simply gave the shoulder and then peeled off. He did not fall on top of him. So the referees were right in that moment. John Simpson took it personal, headbutted Ramsey. Now, great acting job by Jalen Ramsey to fall to the ground.
Yes.
Just add a little bit of extra sauce to that. But this is something that's a huge blow for this squad, because you're going 15 yards deeper, but they didn't mark the ball
I don't know
off.
what they're doing here. Okay, some discussions going on with Vinovich and Aaron Glenn on the far side of the field.
Okay, now they're marking it off. I was about to say, wait a second.
Now, again, if you're the Steelers, 1 timeout remaining, would you use it here if you come up with a quick stop and make him at least punt it away?
9 seconds. That's a tough proposition.
Yeah, it is. Understood.
Now, if you get a turnover, quick change, sudden change turnover opportunity, then maybe you would. But with 9 seconds left, and you know you get guaranteed possession next drive, you preserve the double score opportunity if you don't.
The Fields in the shotgun. It is a 3rd and 17. The ball at the 26-yard line. He has Davis as his lone setback. And we'll give to Davis. Davis up the middle. Huge hole, but gets out to the 40-yard line. So a nice pickup for him. That's going to be the final play. Oh, boy, some more pushing and shoving here as Jalen Ramsey and Garrett Wilson getting into it. So now the team's kind of pushing and shoving right around midfield. So, well, some bad blood here in this first half, spilling over towards the end of the half here. Now the two sides have been broken up. They will head to the locker room. That is the end of the second quarter, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. With a score, the Jets 19, the Steelers 17. The UPMC halftime report is up next on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
It's estimated there will be 150 million tons of textile waste by 2030, which has a devastating impact on our environment. Introducing Knotsland. Knotsland takes the best in textile discards and reuses them to recreate stylish accessories that everyone loves. Bow ties. Knotsland sustainable products are stylish and guaranteed to turn heads and start conversations. Visit knotsland.com to learn more about their inspiriting story. That's knotzland.com. Visit their unique collection today.
Steelers fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day, too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a pro or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, official supermarket of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network proudly presents Steelers Football 2025. Brought to you in part by Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of Steelers Nation, by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. By Northwest Bank. For what's next, get started at Northwest.com. By the Pennsylvania Lottery. Play PA Lottery online and get a first-time deposit match up to $1,000. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. By Pennsylvania One Call System. Call 811 before you dig. By Pepsi, the official soft drink sponsor of the Pittsburgh Steelers. By PNC, the official bank of the Pittsburgh Steelers. By Schneider Downs. Discover the value of big thinking with a personal focus at SchneiderDowns.com. By Steelers Pro Shop. Get it direct from the team at the Steelers Pro Shop at shop.steelers.com. By UPMC, the official healthcare provider and health plan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And by RE/MAX Select Realty, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Visit RE/MAXSelectPittsburgh.com.
Welcome to the UPMC Halftime Report on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. UPMC, the official healthcare provider and health plan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wes Schuler with you here at MetLife Stadium at the half, where it's Jets 19, Steelers 17. The Steelers' first half recap is brought to you by PNC Bank, the official bank of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and brilliantly boring since 1865. That first half, anything but boring. Just one punt. I think a lot of us expected a little bit of a rock fight, a low-scoring game here, and that has certainly not been the case. The opening 5 possessions of this game all resulting in points. Jets got the ball first, 10 plays, 48 yards. Nick Folk true from 35 yards out. It was 3-0 New York. First possession of the season for the Steelers, 10 plays, 71 yards. Aaron Rodgers, his first touchdown early, finding Ben Skowronek.
Play action pass. Rodgers rolling. He fires underneath. Wide open is Skowronek, and Ben Skowronek is in for the score. Rodgers to Skowronek, opening drive, touchdown. The Steelers did not have a single opening drive touchdown last year. Not one. And on their opening drive this year, they marched down, and Rodgers finds Skowronek for 6.
Just like Kinger said, something the Steelers did not do at all last year, and that was their opening drive touchdown to open the season. First drive of the season touchdown for the first time since 2008 against the Houston Texans. But the Jets would once again respond. 6 plays, 55 yards, Fields to Wilson from 33 yards out. Jets go for 2 and get stuffed at the goal line, so it's 9-7 New York. Steelers ensuing drive, 5 plays, 35 yards. Chris Boswell does what he does and knocks them down from 56 yards out. That made it 10-9 Steelers early on in the second quarter. Once again, another great drive for the Jets. 7 plays, 68 yards. Allen from 8 yards out on the run. That made it 16-10 Jets. Folk would add another field goal just a minute or so before the 2-minute warning there. This one from 51 yards out. That increased the Jets' lead to 9, made it 19-10, but then Aaron Rodgers once again on a little touch pass to Jonnu Smith.
Now Smith in motion. He's going to get the pitch. He is going to try to, on the jet sweep, get to the end zone, lunges forward. Touchdown, Pittsburgh Steelers. Jonnu Smith on the jet sweep left to right, crashes into the pylon and gets the score for the Steelers.
7 of the first 8 drives of this game resulting in points. I don't think any of us saw that one coming. We'll take a look at the NFL scoreboard when we return on the other side. You're listening to the UPMC Halftime Report on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Need business-grade internet, unified communications, or fiber services that won't let you down? Armstrong Business Solutions delivers performance, reliability, and security for all your connectivity needs. Stay ahead with ultra-fast business internet, Wi-Fi Pro, and managed security, perfect for businesses of any size. Keep communications smooth with unified voice, including customized greetings, departmental call flow, and premium color screen handsets. Call 1-877-277-5705. Armstrong Business Solutions. Connect smarter, perform better, compete stronger.
Tractor trailers are some of the most dangerous vehicles on the road. There are federal rules for load sizes, driver's hours, and maintenance for a reason. When big rigs don't follow these rules, entire families can be torn apart. We have the talent and the resources to take on these large companies. Hopefully, through our work, families are being helped and trucking companies are getting the message about safety.
Bordis & Bordis, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Planting a tree? Putting in a new sprinkler system? Digging a trench? No matter the project, if it involves digging, Pennsylvania 811 wants to remind you to call 811 before you dig. It's the law and it ensures your safety by steering you clear of underground lines and cables you can't see running right beneath you. Remember, every dig counts. Don't let what's buried beneath the ground surprise you. Find out more at PA1call.org. PA1call.org. Stay safe. Call 811 before you start digging.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank. For what's next.
This is Game Day with the Pittsburgh Steelers on DVE.
We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Hey, this is Randy Bauman. All week with the DVE Morning Show, we feature Steelers players and coaches. We'll have a deep dive with Rob King for the Steelers Power Hour, former NFL ref Gene Steratore, and so much more. Only on your Steelers flagship, WDVE Pittsburgh.
Halftime at MetLife Stadium, New York 19, Pittsburgh 17. Let's take a look at the NFL scoreboard, brought to you by Number One Cochran, preferred auto group of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Rest of the league looking like this. Washington up 14-3 on the Giants at the half. New Orleans hosting the Cardinals. They're down 17-10 at the half. New England up 10-7 on the Raiders at the half. Jacksonville up 10-3 on Carolina. That game currently in a weather delay. Indianapolis up 20-0 on Miami at the half. In the Battle of Ohio, Cincinnati leads the Browns 14-10 at halftime, and Tampa Bay and Atlanta deadlocked at 10 at the half down in Atlanta. We'll break down the first half stats when we return on the other side. You're listening to the UPMC Halftime Report on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Hi, Western Pennsylvania. This is Edgar Snyder. I want to thank you for over 40 years of trusting my law firm. During those years, we've helped thousands of people just like you, our neighbors. We're here for you. We're here for our community. We're here for our region. If you've been seriously hurt in an accident, you need to talk to a lawyer, even if it's not us. If you do call us, know that you'll have the firm with over 40 years of experience fighting to get the money you deserve. And of course, there's never a fee unless we get money for you.
With nearly 900 physicians and 7,300 employees, we are the third largest health system in Western Pennsylvania. We've earned top honors for the quality of our care, including recognition from U.S. News and World Report and Health Grade. We are Independence Health System, comprising Butler, Clarion, Frick, Latrobe, and Westmoreland hospitals. And we're changing the landscape of healthcare in our region by providing low-cost, high-quality care through superb clinical expertise and the latest technology. Independence Health System. Expert care here.
Ford F-Series, a name you'll remember. They're the best-selling trucks in America and the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers, capable of towing, hauling, and being the MVP of your game day tailgate. They're here to help you score big. Go to neighborhoodfordstore.com and enter for a chance to win an F-150. You might just become the talk of Steelers Nation. F-Series, the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh.
Enjoy awesome deals Monday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. 2 awesome hours. 5 awesome favorites at discount prices, including our soup, salad, bread, nacho, and dessert bar for only $9.99. $10.99 whitefish, $11.99 soft chicken, and sirloin tips and more. And for our lunch diners, we also have another awesome deal. Get our soup, salad, nacho, bread, and dessert bar for just $9.99. Monday through Friday from 11 to 3. Dine-in only. No other discounts apply.
Horses, steak, and sea house. Horses is hospitality.
Your radio home for Steelers football is DVE.
Jets lead the Steelers 19-17 at the half. Let's take a look at our first half stats. They're brought to you by Schneider Downs. Discover the value of big thinking with a personal focus at schneiderdowns.com. Just 10 carries for 22 yards between Gainwell and Jalen Warren. The Steelers have to get the run game going. Aaron Rodgers efficient, 11 of 14, 159 yards, and the 2 touchdowns. DK Metcalf, 2 receptions for 54 yards. Calvin Austin, 2 receptions for 51 yards. Breece Hall, 9 carries for 49 yards. Justin Fields, 6 carries for 30 yards. Fields is 9 for 11, 134 yards through the air, and 1 touchdown as well, too. Team stats, Steelers 9 first downs, the Jets with 12. Both teams efficient on third down. Steelers 3 of 5, New York 4 of 7. Total yards there in the first half, 173 for Pittsburgh, 240 for New York. Both teams playing a relatively clean first half there, just 3 penalties called in total. If you want some good news, Steelers fans, this team led the league in third quarter scoring differential last season. Let's see if that continues. Thanks to Caliente Pizza and Draft House for feeding our crew today back at Studio HQ. Caliente Pizza and Draft House, the pizza of champions. I'm Wes Schuler. You've been listening to the UPMC Halftime Report. UPMC, the official healthcare provider and health plan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll have the second half kickoff right after this. You're listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Sometimes the biggest business challenges are the ones you don't even know you have. Schneider Downs helps clients solve those challenges. Tax and accounting, digital consulting and cybersecurity, risk management and advisory. Learn about big thinking with a personal focus at schneiderdowns.com.
Steelers fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day, too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a pro or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, official supermarket of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Corey Warjonas here from the Gateway Clipper. Let us be your destination for date night, celebrations, and memories on the water. Join us Saturdays on the Captain's Dinner Cruise, a real Pittsburgh tradition, featuring an all-new menu for 2025. For tickets, visit gatewayclipper.com.
The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network proudly presents Steelers Football 2025. Brought to you in part by 84 Lumber, a dynasty partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. By Pella Windows, viewed to be the best. By Clearview Federal Credit Union. For every touchdown the black and gold score in 2025, Clearview Federal Credit Union will donate $500 to the Light of Life mission. Clearview, your financial partner for a better life. Visit clearviewfcu.org. By Iron Workers Local Union Number 3. We don't go to the office, we build it. By Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. By Henny Jewelers. Pittsburgh's choice jewelry store for engagement rings, luxury jewelry, and watches. By Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of Steelers Nation. By South Hills Kia. South Hills Kia has the ride and a price you'll love. By CGR Wholesale Roofing and Siding Supply Center, where the average Joe can buy like a pro. By Iron Workers Local Union Number 3. We don't go to the office, we build it. And by First National Bank. Can your bank do that? Welcome to FNB. Let's get started. Member FDIC.
Second half, MetLife Stadium. The kickoff ready to come left to right. The Jets kicking to the Steelers. 19-17 Jets lead. Today's second half preview is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Play to win with the Pennsylvania Lottery. Visit PALottery.com or download the app today. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Max, what are you looking for here in the second half?
Well, I think for the offense, who's going to have the ball first, continue with that efficiency, good play mix, utilizing the run, short to intermediate passing game, and then you try and take it over the top. And for defense, got to figure out how to stop the run and how to stop Justin Fields.
Caleb Johnson with the kickoff starts on the left side of the field, angles to the right, gets to the 30-yard line, brought down there as we head downstairs to Missy Matthews. Missy?
Well, Coach Tomlin said the big thing he's preaching to his team is to bookend with scoring drives from the first to the second one here with the offense out on the field. In terms of the defense, said week one defense is about getting off your block, something he wants them to do significantly better in the second half.
Missy, thank you very much. We'll get to the defense in a moment, hopefully a long moment, as the Steelers will try to score here on this opening possession. Best third quarter differential in the NFL last season. Hoping to exploit that against the Jets now as the handoff and the give to Warren and a little trap action off the right side, and he wrestles forward, met by Sauce Gardner at the 36 and carried him out to the 39, so a pickup of 9 yards.
I mean, he attacked Sauce kind of like how I attacked blue cheese with a buffalo wing. He went right into the middle of it, just dunked right into him, and gained, I would say, about another extra 4 yards on that play.
So it brings up a 2nd and 1, 14-27 and counting here, remaining in the third quarter. Opening drive of this quarter for the Steelers, moving right to left in front of us. Ball set on the right hash. Rodgers under center. Gets a snap. Turns, gives to Warren. Warren hit in the backfield and dropped. It was Quinnen Williams, the All-Pro, who came firing in to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Quinnen Williams, this is one guy you must get a hat on a hat. When he decides to knife through, it is a tough day. And for Broderick Jones, he was playing the inside edge of Broderick in between him and Isaac, and he just blew through the B gap and was just sitting there waiting for the running back to take him down for a 1 yard loss.
Actually, yeah, it's going to be a loss of about half a yard, so it's going to be 3rd and a short 2. Steelers have to get out to the 40-yard line. Empty set for Rodgers. Now looking at it, surveyed the field, settles back in, stomps the foot, wants to snap, called the timeout instead first to avoid a delay of game. No, did not avoid the delay of game.
Still 3rd down.
Rodgers pleading his case. He said, I called timeout. Bill Benovich said, you did not. And so a pre-snap penalty will push the Steelers back 5 yards to bring up a 3rd and 7 from their own 33-yard line on this opening drive of the second half.
And that's a tough situation to take a 5-yard penalty in that moment. It's almost like an offensive lineman jumping off sides, except for it's the quarterback, because he's the one that's supposed to be keying in on where that clock is and managing the clock time.
Gainwell is to his right in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Rodgers back to pass. Looking, surveys, under duress, has to throw it away over the middle of the field. He is brought down. It was Williams along with Jermaine Johnson supplying the pressure, and it is a quick 3-and-out for the Steelers on their opening possession here in the second half.
Not the way you want to start this. It was a twist game on the right side between Mason McCormick and Troy Fautanu that Quinnen Williams and Jermaine Johnson ran. It was called a TE, where the tackle comes to the outside and the end loops to the inside. Put the pressure on Aaron. He never had a chance to set his feet and complete the pass.
Here's the snap to Waitman. Waitman booms a long punt, and it is taken on a fair catch at the 15-yard line, a 50-yard punt. So Waitman does a fine job of flipping the field a little bit here for the Steelers. From MetLife Stadium, 13:07 remaining third quarter. Steelers football continues with the score: the Jets 19, the Steelers 17.
Steelers fans, your team is a powerhouse. Are you ready for another great game here in the Steel City?
Absolutely. And let's take a minute to talk about the other powerhouse in town. Been the best for 48 years straight. Got the grit and strength to take on anything. It's an MVP here in Pittsburgh.
Ford F-Series.
Best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh and in America. Now, how about that young duo on offense?
That's the next powerhouse on our radar.
F-150, the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Confluence Financial Partners provides financial guidance that balances living fully today, preparing confidently for tomorrow, and securing what matters most. As your partner in wealth management and a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers, they act as the quarterback of your financial plan, helping you navigate life's transitions and milestones. Your legacy deserves more than a plan. It deserves a partner. Discover how Confluence Financial Partners can help you build yours at confluencefp.com.
What is life-changing medicine? Is it returning to the playing field or your favorite hiking path after an injury? Or running with your grandkids after a joint replacement? At UPMC, life-changing medicine is all those things. Through innovative research, rehabilitation, and advanced surgical procedures, our experts get you back to what you love doing. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives. Life-changing medicine.
I'm Jamie Bordas. What makes our law firm great are a lot of the same things that make the Steelers great. We're tough. We fight. We win. We understand that it takes great preparation to get great results. And we've been successful for years, yet every day we still strive to be better. We're a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers because we're a lot like them. Oh yeah, we also hate the Ravens.
Bordas and Bordas, fighting for justice. Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Elliott has been ruled out with that knee injury he sustained in the first half. In terms of the Jets, they have ruled out Kune Wangu, their kick returner, with a hamstring injury.
Yeah, Wangu, very, very dangerous. His 4 touchdown returns on kickoffs, the best in the league since he entered the league. So at least that's out. But, boy, Deshaun Elliott in the back end, that is a big loss for the Steelers.
It's a big loss, and that's also why you bring in a Chuck Clark, right? You want a guy that plays a very similar style of football and a guy that Deshaun Elliott knows very well coming in to help out.
Steelers going 5-man front here with Ramsey. Oh, it's almost picked off by Keanu Benton. Cam Hayward batted it in the air, and Benton nearly intercepted it as Fields is slow to get up. He took a big wallop at the end of that play. So Ramsey back, and again, a 5-man front here to start defensively for the Steelers. And man, Benton almost came up with his second interception.
And Highsmith came in. He had the swat and the slam down at the same time. He was a double dipping on that play, and Fields felt that a little bit. Did a little cat-cow action there, a little yoga move to get back up.
By the way, I should say Benton's second career interception, in case you're just tuning in. He does not have one in this game. Had one last season. Now, pistol formation, give to Breece Hall off the left side, trying to stretch out, trying to get around Highsmith and angle that out of bounds by Slay, and Slay's going to knock him out about the 17-yard line. So a short pickup will bring up a 3rd and long.
That time, a great job by the Steelers' pursuit not to try and turn it inside and allow for Hall to turn up north and south. They did a great job of forcing Flo to the edge and not allowing him to gain yardage in the process. He had to run truly laterally, then at the last second dipped up just so he could get that yard, so it's not 3rd and 10.
It is 3rd and 9 instead at the 17-yard line. Ball set on the left hash as the Steelers break the huddle. I beg your pardon, the Jets break the huddle. 18 on the play clock. Fields in the shotgun. And he will bring Wilson in motion to the right. Fields back to pass, looking, will throw out to the right to Wilson. Wilson cuts to the middle of the field, but Jalen Ramsey is there, stands him up, and brings him down. Short of the first down, Juan Thornhill assists on the tackle, and the Jets go 3 and out.
First punt of the day for the Jets. Way to go, defense. This is one of the things we talked about. The Steelers are a team that has a great differential. They are a different team off of halftime adjustments in the second half, and you see that carrying through right now. Both teams 3 and out, so technically this is like a moot point. You still have a double score opportunity.
Austin McNamara, his first career regular season punt. Gets the snap and gets the boot away. It is a high, wobbling kick, and Austin wants no part of it. Lands at 39, bounces sideways, and it's going to be down there. And flags come flying in, and once again, some pushing and jumping. Malik Harrison's there, Sawyer's there. Max, I have to tell you, I did not see what happened.
Connor Hayward in the middle pushed the guy in the back. Yeah, pushed the guy in the back right at the end. The ball bounced and was down by the Jets defender. Connor Hayward was walking down, pushed a guy in the back, so it's going to go against the Steelers.
Back to play. First of all, taking correction, receiving 2-3. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Well, instead of excellent field position, the Steelers will have the ball inside their own 25-yard line when we continue. 11:27 left in the third quarter for MetLife Stadium. Steelers football continues with the score, the Jets 19, the Steelers 17.
Yo, it's Mark Madden. If you're shopping for a new TV or appliance, Voss TV and Appliance is the only store for you. Voss is a locally owned family business with the buying power of a big box store. Visit my guys Rick or Matt at Voss TV and Appliance and get up to a $3,000 mail-in rebate on Cafe brand appliances. Voss TV and Appliance, serving Pittsburgh more than 6 decades with the lowest prices in town, guaranteed. Visit Voss TV and Appliance at VossTV.com or call 412-650-VOSS.
You see the skyline, you drive over the bridges. We built that. Ironworkers Local Union Number 3 isn't just a job, it's a legacy. And you can start as early as this fall. Now's your chance to join the apprenticeship program and learn from the best in the business. Earn while you train, build what matters. Take pride in every beam and bolt. Starting wages over $27 with great benefits. Visit IWLocal3.com. That's IWLocal3.com and apply now before time runs out.
Ready for a new ride? South Hills Kia has the ride and the price you'll love, like a brand new 2025 Kia Sorento S all-wheel drive as low as $329 for 24 months with $39.99 new and signing, or rates as low as 0%. Or the 2025 Kia Seltos LX all-wheel drive starting at $229 for 24 months with $34.99 new and signing, or rates as low. Is 1.9%. Lease offer excludes taxes and fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles a year. Expires September 30th, 2025. Visit SouthHillsKia.net for details.
This is Max Starks. On the field, my job was all about protection. Keeping Big Ben upright, blocking the rush, securing the win. At home, I trust Pella Windows of Pittsburgh for that same level of protection and quality. Pella Windows are built tough. Like Pittsburgh, they're energy efficient and they look great too. So when it's time to replace your windows, go with the team that knows how to protect. Call Pella Pittsburgh at 412-219-2291 or visit PellaPittsburgh.com and tell them Max sent you.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Stay tuned after the game for the Mike Tomlin post-game press conference, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The penalty on Connor Hayward has marched the Steelers back to the 23-yard line. So instead of having the ball at the 38 in excellent field position, the Steelers will now have it at their own 23. 11:27 remains here in this third quarter after really an offensive outburst by both teams in the first half. 19-17 Jets lead. Each team has gone 3 and out on their opening possession here in the second half. And Mike Tomlin is talking with Bill Vinovich and members of the officiating crew. spent a good deal of the commercial break talking to Bill Vinovich and the officiating crew.
Not sure if that was if he was giving him an anatomy lesson about what the front of the shoulder and the back of the shoulder looks like, but both teams definitely very chippy with each other. At the end of the half, let's remind you, Garrett Wilson and Jalen Ramsey, a battle of fives, holding each other's jerseys, and the crowd surrounding them. Of course, after this play, you're seeing those chippy, kind of unsportsmanlike variety of penalties starting to creep out and rear its ugly head. Both teams need to stay disciplined with each other, get back in the huddle, don't make any gestures towards each other. We've seen that earlier in the kickoff games from Thursday and Friday. You don't want to get in that. But I'll say this, as long as we don't see any spitting, we're still okay.
Yeah, and by the way, Aaron Glenn didn't look too happy with that discussion. Animated over on the Jet sideline in his first game as an NFL head coach. Rodgers in the shotgun, has Warren to his left. Brings Austin in motion right to left across the formation. Jets bringing pressure as Rodgers is back. Steelers pick it up, and the throw is behind and almost picked off. Almost intercepted by Michael Carter, intended for Austin a little bit behind him on a deep crossing pattern.
And it looked a little bit low as well for Aaron. Aaron usually has higher trajectory. I think he was trying to fit it into a very small spot with Calvin Austin, but Calvin was still staying high, so I'm surprised he didn't make a play on that ball. But a rare errant misthrow by Aaron Rodgers in this contest.
2nd and 10, ball at the 23-yard line. Rodgers starting his first game in a Steelers uniform. Steps up to the line of scrimmage, taps both sides of the helmet. Now settles back into the shotgun. Raises the foot, gets the snap. Hand off to Gainwell off the left side. Going to bounce it to the edge, to the 25. Cuts up and gets out to about the 28, almost the 29-yard line. So a good, solid gain by Gainwell will bring up a 3rd and manageable for the Steelers, about 4.
Yeah, being in that medium zone is where you want to be for this, and now they're right up on the ball immediately.
No huddle. Rodgers under center, gets the snap, back to pass, looking, fires over the middle, intended for Jonnu Smith. Too high, went up, and I don't know if he thought the pass wasn't for him, drew the hands down, or whether it was simply too high, but it is incomplete.
12-man defense. 5-yard penalty.
That's why he snapped it so fast. I didn't get to say it, but the defensive lineman was running to the sideline. Aaron was looking at him and asked for the ball to be snapped immediately because he saw the substitution being placed, and that is a vet move. That is quintessential Aaron Rodgers right there.
He's really
always good about getting the 12th man on the field, but also getting that untimed type of play when a guy jumps offside. So his hard count is legendary as well.
Yep, pre-snap manipulation by Aaron Rodgers, veteran. That's one of the many things he brings to this team. Gets them a first down at the 34-yard line, trying to keep a drive going here. They do on that call. Under center now. Warren is the lone setback. The snap and the play-action pass. Rodgers under duress, and down he goes. And once again, it's Will McDonald, 2nd sack of the game. Came in untouched, looked like perhaps a stunt there. Rifled right up through the middle of the field and dropped Rodgers back at the 25.
This is on a young Steelers offensive line, not getting the call. It looked like the call was like slide right for the overload to the right. Left Broderick Jones alone, and Broderick stepped out. He should have stepped vertical and to the inside to protect the inside and keep the half-man relationship.
Snap and the quick throw out to Freiermuth to the left, and Freiermuth across the 30 out to the 32. So a short gain will bring up a 3rd and 12. And you're right, I thought it was a stunt because he came so wide open. He just beat him to the inside there.
Beat him to the inside because they saw the slant call and or the turn call. So that means the right guard that normally protects that B gap had to turn to the A gap, and Broderick Jones was one-on-one. He tries to jump the set. Will McDonald takes an inside move and beats Broderick Jones to the inside. The one place you don't ever want to let a guy go is to your inside. So oneness on Broderick Jones squarely for not having the right decision making.
3rd and 12. Rodgers short underneath on a screen, center screen up to Gainwell, and Gainwell will get across the 35 to the 37. Short pickup, and out comes the punting unit. So the Steelers are able to buy a first down as Aaron Rodgers was able to catch the Jets with 12 men on the field, but now in the subsequent fresh set of downs, the Steelers will be forced to punt it away.
A sack for a 7-yard loss is tough to overcome in any situation. Almost like you're having to score 2 first downs in that drive with 19 yards to make up. And for the Steelers, not the way you wanted to start this second half.
Waitman to boot it away, a high spiraling kick. Gibson will take it at his 13-yard line. Has some room, cuts to the right. Tries to get to the edge and does. Gets to the 25, hit out of bounds as he got to about the 32-yard line by Miles Killebrew. That was close, but no penalty flag. So the Jets will have the ball at the 32-yard line following that 49-yard punt and 19-yard return by Gibson. 8:57 remains, third quarter with the score. The Jets 19, the Steelers 17. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The black and gold faithful always travel well to see the team on the road. And now Caliente and DVE give you a chance to become a road warrior. We're teaming up to send 2 lucky fans to watch the black and gold take on Detroit on December 21st in the Motor City. The winner receives tickets, airfare, and hotel stay for 2, plus a Caliente gift card. From Caliente, 7-time World Pizza Champions, and now the official pizza of WDVE. Deadline to enter is November 30th. Register at any Caliente location or at DVE.com.
Where the average Joe can buy like a pro. CGR Wholesale.
Tackle any project when you buy from CGR Wholesale Roofing and Siding Supply Center. They'll put together a game plan that's a winner every time you need materials for your project. And their new showroom is now open. Stop in to check it out and see everything you need in person. Provia Siding, Owens Corning Shingles, Trex and TimberTech Decking, and much more. They'll help you get to the red zone of your project every time. Check them out online at cgrwholesaleroofing.com.
At FNB, we rewrote the rules of banking and made getting everything you need a whole lot easier. Experience the one-of-a-kind eStore Common app from FNB. Checking, savings, loans, credit cards. One application done in minutes. Just one common app for more than 40 business and consumer products. Can your bank do that? Didn't think so. Welcome to FNB. Let's get started at fnb-online.com. Loan subject to credit approval. FNB member FDIC.
Ready for a new ride? South Hills Kia has the ride and the price you'll love, like a brand new 2025 Kia Telluride S all-wheel drive as low as $399 for 24 months with $39.99 due at signing, or rates as low as 2.9%. Or a 2025 Kia Sportage LX all-wheel drive with $239 a month for 24 months with $39.99 due at signing, or rates as low as 0%. Lease offer excludes taxes and fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles a year. Expires September 30th, 2025. Visit SouthHillsKia.net for details.
Your radio home for Steelers football is DVE.
We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
When the game ends, the analysis just gets started. Randy Bauman and the DVE Morning Show bring you the best coverage all week that takes you to the next game on your Steelers flagship. WDVE Pittsburgh.
8:57 mark of the third quarter, and this third quarter has been more, so far, what's really people were expecting for the game. The game was an offensive shootout in the first half. We've seen a 3-and-out, and then the Steelers punted on their second possession. Now the Jets will have their second possession of this second half here at MetLife Stadium. Fields is under center, broken eye to the right. Gets his snap, turns and gives to Braylon Allen, and boy, Alex Highsmith came crashing down from the backside to stop him as he was veering off tackle for no gain in the play.
This is a great job. Now the Steelers making the adjustments, understanding when you can close and when you have to play contain in those moments. And for Justin Fields, he's going to be keying on Alex Highsmith and T.J. Watt for that quarterback boot. So they do have to be disciplined on it. But if you get a clear read and you see that the guy has the ball, Alex Highsmith was great to react in that moment.
2nd and 10. Now Fields gesturing for Beck to come back towards the formation with 4 in the play clock. Man goes in motion, 1 on the play clock. They just get the snap off. The handoff to Hall starts to the right, cuts back to the left. Steelers tugging at the football. Hall able to hang on and get across the 35 to the 37. So Steelers trying to force a fumble, and I don't know, maybe got another extra yard or 2 on that.
Yeah, I got an extra couple yards, a 5-yard gain in total on that play. Cam Hayward was the first guy to the ball and tried to, like you said, try and strip it out of the defender, of the running back's hands.
3rd and 5 with the ball at the 37. Steelers looking to get the ball right back for Aaron Rodgers in this offense. Showing a 4-man rush. 4 receivers bunched to the left, and now one of them, Wilson, will motion from left to right. Fields gets a snap, back to pass. Steelers rushing 4, fires across the middle. It is complete, and it is his tight end, Jeremy Ruckert, out near midfield, right across the center of the field, and it is a first down for the Jets.
And I get what Chuck Clark was trying to do, because Ruckert was at the end of the formation, and then once Fields made the re-ID, he moved Garrett Wilson inside to the slot, bumped Joey Porter to the inside to run man, and he took Ruckert, but Ruckert took a shallow angle underneath, and Chuck Clark couldn't close the distance before getting the first down.
Once again, no Deshaun Elliott. By the way, also no Derek Harmon as expected. No Nick Herbig. There's some hope he might be able to play, but so 3 Steelers regulars are out of the lineup, including Deshaun Elliott and Harmon, who are expected to start for the Steelers. Fields gets a snap, gives to Hall off the left side, finds a big hole, and picks up first down yardage across the 40 and all the way down to the 35-yard line of the Steelers. A 16-yard pickup before Thornhill and Clark can make the stop.
I hate to say it, it was great play execution. Breece Hall just read it. Play was going to the right, made an immediate cut back to the backside because he felt the defensive end close and shot to the outside. And Chuck Clark was there, but Juan Thornhill had to actually tackle Chuck Clark to get Breece Hall onto the ground.
Shotgun formation for Fields. Has Hall to his left. Ruckert, the tight end, moves in motion to the left, and it's illegal motion. Looked like some movement there along the Jets' offensive line along with the motion man, and it is going to be an illegal procedure penalty against the Jets. Let's get the call from Bill Vinovich.
Full start. Offense number 16. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
I don't know if it was 60 or 70.
I don't know if he said 60 or 16.
It didn't look like Tyler Johnson.
Yeah, no, it didn't look like Tyler Johnson, and there is no 60.
There is no 60 on the offensive line, so
it is against the Jets, that we are sure of.
Jet penalty, back 5.
Marching them back to the 40-yard line, so a 1st and 15 for Fields and company. Flanked by 2 running backs this time in this formation. One of them, Allen, motions out to the right, and they give to Hall off the left side, and a huge hole for Breece Hall, and Hall sprints through and picks up 17 yards down to the Steelers' 23-yard line. Gaping hole off the left side, very similar to what we saw just 2 plays ago.
And the Steelers' run defense has had a tough time not being able to disengage from tackles to the play side of this. So a great job by the Jets' offensive line. Bad on the Steelers' D-line for not being able to disengage. And that was just strictly an inside stretch zone play. And Breece Hall did not cut back. TJ Watt was close, but was not able to close in on the play. And a great run by Breece Hall.
Pistol formation is now Hall will try the right side, and nothing doing there. TJ Watt met him right at the line of scrimmage. Highsmith closed down as well. By the way, we saw Cam Hayward hustle back out onto the field after those runs to the left side. 2 huge runs for Hall, who now has 13 carries for 88 yards.
And this is not the way you want to see it. The Jets are right now inching towards 300 yards of total offense already in this contest, and we still have over 4.5 minutes left in this third quarter.
And it's 4:32 and counting as the Jets break the huddle. Ball at the 23-yard line on the right hash. It is a 2nd and 10. Fields in the shotgun. Will bring Wilson in motion right to left. 2 receivers split to each side. Fields gets the snap. Back to pass. Looking under some duress. Now will float it underneath. Has a man wide open. It's Wilson. Wilson pointing, looking for a blocker. Is chased down as he angles towards the end zone by Peyton Wilson at the 2-yard line. Excellent play by Fields. Just kind of shoveled it out there to Wilson, and Wilson did the rest down to the 2-yard line.
Pass rush up the middle was not in there. Right on the ball.
Fields, no huddle, has Allen as a lone setback. Gets the snap, goes quarterback sneak, hit by Sawyer, but lunges forward, and it is a touchdown for the New York Jets at the 3:46 mark of the third quarter.
And Steelers not able to recover or make any changes, and the Jets get right on the ball, get into a tight bunch situation on both sides, run double twins, and then ran the quarterback sneak. And Justin Fields did the same thing he did before. He doesn't dive all the way in. He takes a step back and then shoots out to the right-hand side. And with that little hesitation, he's able to fully stretch out because everybody's trying to mash the middle between the center and the A-gaps. So he has a little bit more room where you could visibly see him stretch across the line for the touchdown.
8-play, 68-yard drive. Took 5 minutes and 11 seconds. And as the quarterback sneak by Justin Fields from 2 yards out, and now Folk to try to make it a 2-score game. It is currently 25-17, on to try the extra point. Snap good, hold good, kick is up, and that kick is good. 3:46 remains in the third quarter from MetLife Stadium. Steelers football continues with the score. The Jets 26, the Steelers 17.
For the last 48 years, Ford F-Series have been America's go-to trucks for moving mountains and also trailers, wood piles, and snow drifts. Workdays and weekends, from the job site to the campsite. These trucks never stop working, just like you. That's what makes them America's best-selling trucks for 48 years. Ford F-150, official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers and Pittsburgh's best-selling trucks.
At Washington and Jefferson College, we don't just equip you for what's next. We empower you to adapt and thrive. At W&J, bold academics meet professors who coach you to succeed. Real-world experience is built into every major. So when you graduate, you're not just ready, you're game ready. Schedule your campus visit today at washjeff.edu. That's washjeff.edu, and see where your journey begins. Washington and Jefferson College, where you learn to adapt to any challenge and thrive in the ever-changing world.
Think you have what it takes to be a part of a passionate team in a thriving industry? 84 Lumber is immediately hiring for a variety of full-time positions at its southwestern PA locations. 84 Lumber knows their successes come from their people. They prioritize growth by making it easy to pave your own path within the company. They are proud to promote nearly 100% from within and help you create a career that you are proud of. Take the first step to building the career of your dreams by visiting 84lumber.com/careers to apply today.
At FNB, we rewrote the rules of banking and made getting everything you need a whole lot easier. Experience the one-of-a-kind eStore Common app from FNB. Checking, savings, loans, credit cards. One application done in minutes. Just one common app for more than 40 business and consumer products. Can your bank do that? Didn't think so. Welcome to FNB. Let's get started at fnb-online.com. Loan subject to credit approval. FNB member FDIC.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
This season, the law firm of Bordis & Bordis will make a $500 donation to the Ronald McDonald House for every sack by the Steelers defense this preseason and regular season. The Steelers defense has collected 4 sacks so far this season, and Bordis & Bordis is on pace to donate $2,000 to the Ronald McDonald House. Bordis & Bordis, fighting for justice. Well, after the Steelers have 2 drives that stall, the Jets take their second drive of the second half, march down the field, and score on a Justin Fields 2-yard quarterback sneak, and they have been running the football at the Steelers. Fields has been extremely efficient throwing the football, and now Nick Folk sets up to boot it away, and it's going to be taken by Caleb Johnson at the 3-yard line. Cuts to the right of the field, crosses the 25, crosses the 30, and is stopped around the 32-yard line. And so the Steelers will have decent field position, and now this game is beginning to get a little bit of a sense of urgency here, Max.
You've got to, now that you're down 2 scores in this contest, you got to figure out a way to get the ball down the field. The matriculation process is not working. Big differential in not only the rushing yards, but time of possession. The Jets have held the ball for 24-plus minutes to the Steelers only 16. That's a huge differential in this game as well.
And Caleb Johnson is checked in. He is the lone setback behind Aaron Rodgers, the rookie, perhaps looking for his first career carry. Rodgers taps both sides of the helmet. Power left to the formation. The pitch to Johnson in that direction. Tries to cut to the outside. A stiff arm, but he's going to be strung out and knocked way out of bounds. And that is going to be a penalty on Quincy Wilson, as Johnson was stretched out. He was out of bounds when Wilson hit him, and this will certainly be a 15-yard penalty against the Jets.
Personal foul. Defense number 56. Late hit out of bounds. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Well, Johnson's first carry will go for naught, but the 15 yards in the end of it is kind of nice for the Steelers right now.
That's nice, and now you have a new set of downs as well with that. So, first down rush by Caleb Johnson.
Yep, well, actually, he probably lost a couple on the play. So
we're not counting that, Rob. Okay, we're not counting that.
Fair
he
enough.
Got a first down. It's a new set of downs, right? And they move forward. We're counting the positives here.
Ball's at the 45-yard line, set on the left hash. Johnson remains in the game. He is to the left of Rodgers in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right. Now Darnell Washington motions over as the tight end to the left. Metcalf split that way as well. As Rodgers will fire for Metcalf, a little behind him. Sauce Gardner able to get in there and knock that away. A quick slant to the left, and it looked like that ball was just a hair behind Metcalf.
Hair behind DK, but the guy that was wide open, sitting right on the seam or the hashes, was Darnell Washington. I thought he was going to pop him on the check down and let the big man rumble down the tracks.
Well, instead, it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Clock stops. 3:19 remaining, third quarter. Rodgers has Jalen Warren to his right now in the shotgun. Rodgers has 2 receivers to the left. One of those is Gainwell. As Rodgers back to pass, looking to fling it out to the right to Warren. Warren is able in the right flat to get around the defender who stumbled slightly and get down to the 38-yard line of the Jets. Easy first down on a 16-yard pickup, maybe a 17-yard pickup there for the Steelers.
Nice job of moving the chains and getting some chunk action going here. That's what they need with the time winding down in this third quarter. You want to get some momentum going into the fourth by trying to finish this off with a score in the end zone.
Probably a play designed to pick up 5 or 6 yards, but Stevens lost his footing. Warren able to get around him. First down for the Steelers down at the 38 of the Jets. Ball set on the right hash. Rodgers under center, gets a snap, gives to Warren, and Warren starts right, cuts back to the left, hit by Stevens, but he gets down just inside the 35-yard line, so a pickup of about 3 will set up a 2nd and 7 for the Steelers.
The run game is a little elongated on these handoffs, with the running back being back at 7 yards when Aaron Rodgers is under center. A little bit faster flow when he's in the shotgun.
As he is now. Gets a snap. Back to pass. Looking. Pump fakes. Now steps up. Throws and has a man wide open. It's Metcalf at the 30. Out to the right. Crosses the 20 before he's hit out of bounds near the 18-yard line. And so Metcalf moving left to right gets the reception. They're going to actually mark him out of bounds at the 17. First down. Steelers, who are now entering the Heinz red zone during Steelers season. It has to be Heinz. 18-yard pickup there.
Nice momentum in this drive. Good mix of run and pass, and Aaron Rodgers scanning the entire field and finding a wide open DK Metcalf in the zone coverage.
3 receptions, 72 yards now for Metcalf. Rodgers in the shotgun, has Warren to his left. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. He'll give to Warren. Warren off the right side, finds a little bit of a crevice, slips past Quincy Wilson, gets inside the 15 and down to the 14-yard line. Pickup of about 3 yards on that play.
And one of the Williams brothers on the play, Quincy at the linebacker position. Brother Quinnen plays the defensive tackle position. And Jalen Warren just being patient, weeding his way through, but most importantly, getting positive yardage. That's what we're trying to do here. So a great job of just trying to tenderize that defensive line with some inside run play.
Under a minute left in the third quarter here. Rodgers in the shotgun. Will give to Warren off the right side, and Warren finds a hole, crosses the 10, gets very close to first down yardage. Blew the whistle just as kind of the scrum was pushing him forward. I think they're going to mark him down just short of a first down, Max.
It looks to be as such when they did blow that whistle. Thought it would have let him go a little bit longer, but I guess they saw the stop of forward progress. It was a pretty quick whistle in that moment.
Now Rodgers standing in the line of scrimmage, communicating to his offensive line. Wants the ball set. It is set. No huddle for the Steelers. Warren to his right in the shotgun. Rodgers gets the snap. Will give to Warren. Warren off left guard. Picks up the first down. Angles down to the 5. Stood up there on what looks to be probably the final play of the third quarter. Picks up a first down before Sherwood and Cisco can make the stop. And it's time to make the switch to the fourth quarter. Brought to you by Northwest Bank. Explore checking that lets you get paid up to 2 days early. Northwest Bank for what's next. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. With a score, the Jets 26, the Steelers 17. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank. For what's next.
Steelers fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day, too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a pro or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, official supermarket of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
This is Max Starks. On the field, my job was all about protection. Keeping Big Ben upright, blocking the rush, securing the win. At home, I trust Pella Windows of Pittsburgh for that same level of protection and quality. Pella Windows are built tough. Like Pittsburgh, they're energy efficient and they look great too. So when it's time to replace your windows, go with the team that knows how to protect. Call Pella Pittsburgh at 412-219-2291 or visit PellaPittsburgh.com and tell them Max sent you.
Ford F-Series, a name you'll remember. They're the best-selling trucks in America and the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers, capable of towing, hauling, and being the MVP of your game day tailgate. They're here to help you score big. Go to neighborhoodfordstore.com and enter for a chance to win an F-150. You might just become the talk of Steelers Nation. F-Series, the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The start of the fourth quarter is brought to you by Hyde Park. Thank you, Pittsburgh, for voting Hyde Park best steak in the city. Ball is set up on the left hash, 5-yard line of the Jets. First and goal for the Steelers, who trail 26-17. Moving left to right in front of us here. In the home green are the Jets on defense with the white pants. Steelers with the white jerseys, gold pants, black piping. As they get set to try to cut into this Jets lead.
It's important for the Steelers to be efficient on this drive, and you've got to end with a touchdown in this one. To get this close and not finish it off would be a travesty for how well they played on this drive.
Rodgers under center, play action pass, looking, rolls out wide open is Jalen Warren. Touchdown Pittsburgh Steelers. He trots into the end zone with no defenders in sight.
Well, travesty averted, Rob. Indeed. A great job of selling the inside run. Aaron faking a half-hearted fake, reverse rollout. Jalen Warren just runs a flare out to the right side. I don't know if the linebacker got lost in the middle of the scrum of everybody or just lost the ID on the running back, but Jalen Warren was scot-free as he scampered into the end zone for the score.
Now Chris Boswell on to try the extra point that will cut it to a 2-point Jets lead. Snap, hold, kick, up, and good. And with 14:57 remaining in the third quarter, the Steelers have scored a touchdown, or fourth quarter, I beg your pardon, to cut the lead to 26-24. And the Steelers have just scored from the Heinz red zone. During Steelers season, it has to be Heinz. There are a lot of whistles. I think the officials are just saying, look, we're going to keep playing. There's no official timeout.
Get your
here.
oven mitts off the field, sir.
There were a ton of whistles there. They're still going. Let's head downstairs to Missy Matthews. Missy?
Well, guys, I think this defense was chomping at the bit to get back out on the field. They spent a lot of time, which isn't a bad thing when your offense is out there, and especially when it ends in 7 points. But Terrell Austin, the Steelers defensive coordinator, huddled up the entire defense several times to talk to them about some of the things he didn't like, and hopefully this drive will end better for them.
Missy, thank you very much. Aaron Rodgers, 16 for 22, 211 yards, 3 touchdowns in his Steelers debut, and no interceptions. Still, the Steelers find themselves down 26-24 and need this defense to come up with a stop.
They need the defense to either get a 3-and-out or get a sudden change. Hey, there's no rule against getting a turnover in these moments as well, but you got to figure out a way, and it starts here with the kickoff return.
Gibson takes it right between the hashes, lost the football. There it is, recovered by the Steelers. Ben Skoranek is on it. I think it may have been Gainwell who knocked it loose, and it's Skoranek who recovers. Max Starks, good call.
I'm glad I didn't have to say I told you so. but we needed some type of turnover, some type of sudden change. And Ben Skowronek, just like he did in Washington last season, comes up with a big strip play. And look at that. You are on the doorstep yet once again, and with a possible go-ahead opportunity for the Steelers offense. That is tremendous. And the best defense is one that sits on the sidelines.
And it was Gainwell who punched it free. Skowronek with the recovery ball at the 22-yard line of the Jets, set on the right hash. Aaron Rodgers has his offense huddled up at the 14:50 mark of the fourth quarter. They break the huddle with a tightly bunched formation to the left, and Jalen Warren the lone setback. Tight end to the right is Freiermuth. Rodgers under center. Gets the snap. Will give to Warren. Warren looking for a little hole and chops his way forward and keeps the legs driving and gets across the 20 down to the 19. Looked to be bottled up for no gain, but is able to pick up 3 as the Steelers are now entering the Heinz red zone. During Steelers season, it has to be Heinz.
Man, I'm still jacked up about that play. Coming out there saying we need to make a play and scrow dirt, as Ben Skowronek likes to be called sometimes. He's a gentlemanly dirtbag. And in that moment, the specialist kicks in. Now a forced fumble on top of a touchdown reception for the day for Skowronek.
Rodgers under center. Play action pass. Rolling to his right. Fires off the back foot. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Pittsburgh Steelers. The play action pass. He gets Austin in the right portion of the end zone for the touchdown pass. 4th of the day for Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, and the terrible towels are twirling here in MetLife Stadium. The crowd has come alive. That was a thing of beauty, and 4th touchdown pass for one Mr. Aaron Rodgers on the day. Beautiful play concept on the play action pass. Quarter boot out to the right. Calvin Austin running a deep corner route. Aaron Rodgers to Austin for 6.
Boswell on to try the extra point. That kick is up, and that kick is good. And the Steelers have just scored from the Heinz red zone. During Steelers season, it has to be Heinz. 14:07 remains, fourth quarter from MetLife Stadium. Steelers football continues with a score. The Steelers 31, the Jets 26.
The black and gold faithful always travel well to see the team on the road. And now Caliente and DVE give you a chance to become a road warrior. We're teaming up to send 2 lucky fans to watch the black and gold take on Detroit on December 21st in the Motor City. The winner receives tickets, airfare, and hotel stay for 2, plus a Caliente gift card. From Caliente, 7-time World Pizza Champions, and now the official pizza of WDVE. Deadline to enter is November 30th. Register at any Caliente location or at dve.com.
You may have noticed a new internet company knocking at your door with claims like, "I'm not here to sell you anything," or "I wouldn't lie to you." The truth is, Armstrong has played an important role in your community for decades, and we're not going anywhere. That new internet provider will probably change their name, get bought out by another company, or fold completely. Armstrong, the internet you count on, the people you trust. Visit ArmstrongOneWire.com today, or anytime in the future.
It's Merrill Hodge, my friends, at Castle Rock Hormone Health. They don't guess, they test. Castle Rock's team analyze your full hormone profile and tailors a weight loss plan just for you. With 5 GLP-1s to choose from, they match your body with the right solution. Backed by FDA-approved pharmacies, expert dosing, and real health coaching, Castle Rock helps you win your weight loss battle. 2 convenient locations to serve you. Visit crhh-pittsburgh.com. Castle Rock Hormone Health. Let's live the I'm not done lifestyle together.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove. Life moves fast, but planning ahead doesn't have to be complicated.
Exactly, Bill. That's why NSS Life offers affordable life insurance and reliable annuities you can count on.
It's the peace of mind you've been looking for.
Because you're not just planning for tomorrow, you're building a future that lasts a lifetime.
NSS Life. Secure today, confident tomorrow.
NSS Life, where family matters.
Randy Bauman Mornings and Steelers Football, DVE.
We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The Point After, Talk, and the Steelers Preview Show are coming soon when the regular season starts. Only on your Steelers flagship, WDVE Pittsburgh.
A very sudden turn of events. The Steelers 2 touchdowns here already in the fourth quarter, and there's 14:07 remaining in the fourth quarter as the kickoff goes to Gibson at the 5-yard line. Crosses the 10, the 20, heads up to the 30-yard line, and is going to be taken down as he spins across the 30 out to the 33. The Ben Skoranek fumble recovery was the Northwest switch of possession play. Listen to Michelle Michaels Monday for the cue to call in, tell her the Northwest Bank switch of possession play, and win a $100 Visa gift card courtesy of Northwest Bank, the team that brings you expert advice right in your neighborhood. Go to northwest.com, Northwest Bank, for what's next. Boy, the Steelers defense could surely use a stop here with the ball at the 33-yard line, set in the right hash. 31-26 Steelers lead. Fields under center. Gets a snap, turns and gives to Breece Hall. Starts left, cuts back to the right, finds a huge hole before Patrick Queen can slam him down at the 45-yard line, but a pickup of 12 on the opening play of this drive, and Breece Hall now gets 100 yards rushing.
And 159 total rushing yards on the day for the Jets offense. And that's not a number you want to see. So this defense has to figure out how to keep that guy in front of them and stop letting them gash them with 10-plus yard rushes.
Fields is under center now, has Hall as a lone setback. Very tightly bunched formation here by the Jets. Fields wants to bring Wilson in motion. He does, gets the snap. Turns and gives to Hall. Hall starts left, spins away from T.J. Watt, but T.J. Watt tripped him up enough for Wilson and Benton to finish him off for a 4-yard loss.
That's one way to do it, Rob. Send 90 after him.
He was shot out of a cannon.
That was a great jump by T.J. Watt coming from that frog squat 4-point stance position. He's so explosive. And right there, perfect read, perfect timing to go and stop Breece Hall before he could get going.
2nd and 14. 12:42 and counting remaining here in this fourth quarter. Fields in the shotgun. Points out to his right. His offensive linemen do the same. Steelers showing 4-man rush as they bring. Fields back, sets up, throws over the middle of the field. It is complete to Josh Reynolds. Reynolds is grabbed by Peyton Wilson and stopped short of a first down at the 47-yard line of the Steelers. Still a good pickup of about 12 on that play. Now the Jets are hustling up to the line of scrimmage. It is 3rd and a yard. Fields in the shotgun, gets a snap, gives to Hall off the left side, and Hall easily picks up the first down, crosses the 45, and gets down to the 43 of the Steelers.
Patrick Queen was so close at reading that, but Breece Hall just sticks his left foot in the ground and moves to the inside, narrowly missing Patrick Queen and squirting forward for the first down play.
It was a Black and Loudermilk who have now checked into the game for the Steelers along their defensive front. Keanu Benton joining there too as the Steelers go with a 5-man front and Fields under center for the Jets. Brings Taylor the tight end in motion right to left. Gets a snap, play action pass, wants to throw, back to pass, has time, throws, has a man wide open inside the 25 and down to the 24, and it is that tight end Mason Taylor who'd been in motion, the son of Jonathan Taylor, the Hall of Famer, and it is a first down for the Jets.
Yeah. The son of JT, Jason Taylor, is one of those that, I saw him at LSU as a rookie, a very phenomenal tight end. Has not been used as much here today. Jeremy Ruckert's gotten the lion's share of the tight end receptions, but he's a guy to keep an eye out on. You don't want him getting awakened and him being utilized a lot more because he can burn you deep down the field.
2nd-round pick, somebody Mike Tomlin talked about with Bob Labriola in the pregame show to keep an eye on. Fields on the quarterback keeper. Hesitation move. Gets around Patrick Queen to the right corner and picks up a few yards across the 20 down to the 19. Picked up close to 4 yards on that first down scamper.
And it's tough because you've seen motion and flow, the handoffs constantly happening in this second half, and then that's the one moment where you get comfortable and think, I know this is a handoff. That's when Justin Field pulls it, and he's able to escape out the back door. Patrick Queen had the spy on him, but had a bad angle allowing for Justin Fields to get a lot of positive yardage there.
And keep in mind, even though he had a good angle, Fields is a great runner, as we know. Rushed for over 1,100 yards a couple of years ago. Now gets the snap and gives to Breece Hall, and Hall will cross the 15. Just avoided the trip-up attempt by T.J. Watt crashing in from the backside, and it's going to be 3rd and 1 with the ball spotted at the 14-yard line.
And one thing to note here, a guy I have not seen in this drive, Joey Porter Jr. on the outside, sitting on the sidelines with his helmet off behind the coaches, not in a position to go in, so maybe there's something there, but haven't seen him this drive. Something to keep an eye on as we progress through this fourth quarter.
And Quale checks in. Steelers trying to substitute here. And they do have 11 out there defensively. Fields in the shotgun, has Hall to his left, and he's going to fake the give to Hall and keep it himself. Cuts right, goes back to the left, and gets around the edge and is knocked out of bounds to the 10-yard line. Late flag comes in. Here comes another one. I didn't see what happened here, Max.
I did not see it as well with falling.
Personal foul. Slow block. Offense number 5. 15-yard penalty. Deep 3rd down.
That's on Garrett Wilson, and that is a big penalty. So instead of a first down for the Jets, a 1st and goal, they are going to be marched back. Oh, they're going to call it on Jalen Ramsey now. They got the wrong number 5 and the wrong team.
And I don't see the low block. As I'm watching the replay, Jalen Ramsey tried to duck the block underneath and go with his hands for the tackle. It was not a low block. I'm watching the replay up here, Rob, and I'm trying to see how it was a low cut block. The elbow did contact the knee, but it looks more incidental. And Braylon Allen maybe sold it a little bit on that one. But, man, that's an unfortunate turn of events there.
31-26 Steelers lead. Jets threatening 1st and goal, ball at the 5-yard line. Approaching the 9-minute mark remaining here in this fourth quarter. And now the Jets want to use a timeout with 9 on the play clock to regroup. Their first timeout of the half. The Steelers still have 3 timeouts remaining. And, Max, again, Steelers, you'd like to see them regroup here and find a way to keep the Jets out of the end zone.
That would be key, and that's what I'm hoping they're going to try and do. That's an unfortunate penalty. I mean, watching it,
wow.
Very, very letter of the law in that interpretation there by the referee.
And that's a tough call. Let's head downstairs to Missy Matthews. Missy?
Well, Max, you were talking about Joey Porter Jr. not being in there. He is on the sideline. He has not been ruled out, and he does not have an injury designation. He did go into the blue tent once, though. It looked like he was possibly getting stretched out by the team's chiropractor. I'll keep you posted if we hear anything official or we see him get back into the game.
All right, Missy, thank you very much. Once again, no Derek Harmon, no Nick Herbig ruled out before the game. Deshaun Elliott was injured in the first half. He will not return in this game. And now Joey Porter Jr. is not in the lineup for the Steelers.
A very tough situation there when you don't have one of your top 3 corners. In this game, you've already lost a safety for the contest. So you kind of wish you would have had a little bit more notice to be able to have brought more guys, active for this, but the Steelers are going to play with what they have, and hopefully they can find a stop here.
9:01 mark. The handoff to Breece Hall up the left side, and he is hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. So the Steelers do a nice job there. A stretch play to the left, and the Steelers stop him for no gain, so it'll be 2nd and goal. Alex Highsmith on the stop.
1 down, 3 to go. In this situation, you've got to be stout. Now, here's the thing I want the Steelers to be attentive on. Is if they do go for another rush, you've got to watch that mesh point, and you've got to play the contain on the backside to force the flow and force the handoff, and don't give Justin Fields an option to pull it and boot out the back door and run it himself.
Fields will bring Mason Taylor in motion left to right. He has Hall to the right in the shotgun as he gets the snap. Play action pass. Looking and hit from behind. It is Highsmith. First sack of the game for the Steelers back at the 10-yard line.
Or that. You could just get a sack, and then you don't even have to worry about the mesh point. You don't have to worry about any running situation here. What a great job. Whew. Alex Highsmith just came right down the line, the inside half of Ola Fashanu, and makes a tremendous play. And like you said, first sack of the afternoon, first big loss for this Jets offense.
3rd and goal from the 10-yard line. 7:40 and counting. Steelers leading 31-26. Ball is set in the middle of the field. Fields in the shotgun, has 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. As he gets the snap, back to pass, steps up in the pocket, has some room, moving out to the right, going to run for it, and he is banged out of bounds, and he is going to be marked at the 1-yard line. Showed the athleticism again. It was Brandon Eccles who knocked him out of bounds, and now the Jets in that position where they're going to go for it here.
And that is a tough situation. Justin Fields narrowly gets missed from hitting it. Brandon Eccles makes a touchdown-saving play to force him out of bounds with 1 play left. Cam Hayward down with a knee, seeking medical attention. But to go back on that play, TJ Watt was trying to disengage and got flattened by Armand Mimbu. He was looking for the flag of a hold in that area. But looking at Cam Hayward, yeah, they're looking at his eye. Maybe he got poked in the eye incidentally. Not sure if Cam wears contacts or not, but they are looking at his eye right now.
And he's down on 1 knee. The Steelers have got a banged-up defense, and, boy, you have to give the New York Jets and Aaron Glenn a lot of credit. Came in, wants his team to be a physical team. They have a lot of first-round picks, even without Elijah Vera-Tucker on that offensive line, and they want to run the football, and they've been able to do it effectively as Cam Hayward kind of massaging his eye as he comes off the field here under his own power. It is a 4th and goal. The ball is at the 1-yard line. The Jets have racked up 180 yards of rushing, and hard to believe they won't try to add 1 more to that total right here on 4th down.
You have to believe so. This is the moment you're going to press for, and it looks like it's right outside the 1-yard line, so a big 1-yarder here. Got to watch for the quarterback sneak where Justin Fields likes to kind of rock step back and try and shoot between the right guard and the right tackle.
The 12th play of the drive, but before it can be executed, Mike Tomlin wants to call a timeout and does so. It's a little cat and mouse here at the 7:06 mark of the 4th quarter, and you can see why each team and their coach want to make sure they have the right personnel out there, because it is a 5-point game. The Jets convert this 4th down, they've got the lead. If the Steelers can hold them back, then the Steelers get the ball back and an opportunity, of course a long way to go, but an opportunity to add to their 5-point lead.
And Mike Tomlin also, with that timeout, using that to kind of light up the eardrum of the side judge as well, to make sure that he is on top of his P's and Q's if they do get this stop. Logan Lee, I saw another big get subbed in there, and Malik Harrison came in as well, along with Logan Lee, to beef up the middle of that defense. They'll probably run a goal line 6-2 personnel grouping there. Get 6 guys on the line of scrimmage, and you want to try and wedge the A's and the B gaps so you don't get that Justin Fields kind of scrum type of sneak play.
That's exactly what they have. As Fields under center, gets a snap, fakes it to Hall, he's going to keep it, and there is nobody there as he's able to jog into the end zone on the bootleg to the right, and the Jets have retaken the lead.
And you have 2 guys down, one for the Steelers, slow to get up, Malik Harrison, and then also John Simpson, slow to get up, but he does make it to the ground, and that was a heck of a fake there by Justin Fields. He faked the handoff. Everybody converged down thinking it was going to be the sneak. Pulled it out the back door. A little razzle-dazzle with a high skip and then a little skip jog into the end zone.
And the Jets lining up with a 1-point lead to go for 2.
Trying to make this an even 3-point game or a field goal game, so the Steelers can't go down and kick a field goal to win it.
And Cam Hayward has returned to the field for the Steelers. Ball set on the left hash on the 2-yard line. Jets have already failed once on a 2-point conversion attempt. So they're chasing after that now, trying to come up with it here. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Breece Hall to the right of Fields in the shotgun. And now the Jets want to use another timeout. So the Jets now down to one timeout at the 7:01 mark here of this fourth quarter. Let's see if that's going to be something that will play a factor later in this game.
And for the Jets, they probably wanted to see what are the Steelers going to line up in. Personnel get a quick snapshot so they can script the right play for them to be in position to be successful. Tanner Engstrand is the OC for the Jets, and a guy who's been very creative in this game. He had one job and one job only. We're going to run and be physical, and they've done just that throughout this contest. So trying to get another look and send in some good plays for Justin Fields and give him some keys on what they can run based on that front that they just saw.
And the former Steelers quarterback has been pretty much exactly what you would think Dave would have hoped for him. 14 of 17, 206 yards and a touchdown. 11 carries, 50 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground as well. And looking for 2 more points for the Jets. Steelers trying to keep them out of the end zone on this 2-point conversion attempt. Fields in the shotgun, brings Reynolds in motion left to right, gets the snap, back to pass, looking, will throw to the right corner of the end zone, and it's batted away, knocked away. Big play, Slay. That's a big play there as he's able to bat it away and prevent the 2-point conversion. 7:01 remains in the fourth quarter with the score, the Jets 32, the Steelers 31. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Barry Wargenis from the Gateway Clipper. Host your wedding, social event, or corporate dinner and showcase the city to your guests. Destination entertainment with dinner, drinks, and unbeatable sights. Book your boat today. Visit gatewayclipper.com for information.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank for what's next.
Ready for a new ride? South Hills Kia has the ride and the price you'll love, like a brand new 2025 Kia Sorento S all-wheel drive, as low as $329 for 24 months with $39.99 new and signing, or rates as low as 0%. Or the 2025 Kia Seltos LX all-wheel drive, starting at $229 for 24 months with $34.99 new and signing, or rates as low as 1.9%. Lease offer excludes taxes and fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles a year. Expires September 30th, 2025. Visit southhillskia.net for details. This September, show your power. Support the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank during Hunger Action Month by donating, volunteering, or advocating. Every dollar, every hour, every voice. That's the power of you. Visit PittsburghFoodBank.org today.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The Steelers trail the Jets 32-31. Brandon Echols, another former Jet, coming back to play his team today along with Aaron Rodgers and Chuck Clark. Aaron Rodgers said it didn't mean anything to him, but for the 6th-round draft pick of the Jets, Echols said, I've been waiting on this game since they dropped the schedule. No doubt it's going to be exciting for me personally. Rob.
Missy, thank you very much. Hopefully the Steelers can exit MetLife Stadium with a victory, because that would make things a lot more exciting for Brandon Echols and Chuck Clark and the New York Jets, team that they want to drive down to defeat. As the kickoff from Folk comes, Gainwell takes it at the 4-yard line near hash, crosses the 10, the 20, angles to the middle of the field, across the 30-yard line, bounces across the 35, met by some defenders there and taken down at the 37. Here are the latest NFL scores, brought to you by Clearview Federal Credit Union. Financial advice is closer than you think. Fourth quarter scores: Tampa Bay on top of Atlanta 17-13. Bengals by 1 over Cleveland 17-16. Indianapolis all over Miami 33-8. Jacksonville leads Carolina 20-3. Vegas on top of New England 20-10. Arizona leads the Saints 26-13. And Washington on top of the Giants 14-6. Aaron Rodgers breaks the huddle. 4 touchdown passes for him, but his team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, trailing by 1, 32-31. Lone setback is Gainwell. Rodgers back to pass, looking, wants to set up the screen to Gainwell, and he is hit immediately by Sherwood and dropped in the right flat back at the 31-yard line. It is a loss of 6 yards.
And that screen was snuffed out immediately. Also, Aaron Rodgers took about a tick too long to set it up. Once you see the offensive lineman kind of vacate and move down the field, that's a key to defenders, that the screen is coming, and the Jets reacted very quickly and getting on top of that and making that a big loss.
They'll mark it at the 32, so call it 2nd and 15. Rodgers taps both sides of his helmet. Eligibles do the same. Lifts up the foot, gets a snap. Back to pass. Rush coming. And Rodgers will throw it away and nearly intercepted. Just trying to get the ball out. And it was almost picked off by Brandon Stevens. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 15.
And that's a tough one. Will McDonald beat Broderick Jones on a spin move to the inside that forced Aaron Rodgers to kind of throw that ball while leaning and not being able to put his hand or his foot in the dirt to try and deliver that, and narrowly almost intercepted.
3rd and 15. The crowd is loud here. 6:07 remaining on a stop clock in the 4th quarter. Rodgers gets a snap. Back to pass. Jets bringing 4. Rodgers steps up, and Rodgers is taken down. He is sacked on the play. Quincy Williams came in from his linebacker position and made the stop. And the Steelers will be forced to punt it away with under 6 minutes remaining, trailing 32-31.
Yes. Jets brought 5 on that.
Right. They bring an extra there, you're right.
Yeah, and Quincy Williams actually whipped the block of the running back on that play to get in for the sack. And Jawan Briggs and Quentin Williams also in on the play.
Corliss Waitman high, end-over-end kick. It is extremely short. It is going to land, and it's going to be taken on the bounce by Gibson at his own 31-yard line. He will skip forward to the 34-yard line, which is where he's at about 46-yard punt by Waitman. Got some help with that roll on a short directional kick, and the Jets will have the ball at the 34-yard line. And it looks like there's a flag on the play. Is that correct?
Yeah, flag all the way on the far side of the field, about the 28-yard line.
Bill Vinovich talking to his crew. Now here's the call.
During the kick, illegal block in the back. Receiving team number 37. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Quantez Stiggers called for that penalty, so that will march it 10 yards back as we go downstairs for an injury update with Missy Matthews. Missy?
Yeah, guys, unfortunately, another one on the defense. Malik Harrison has been ruled out with a knee injury.
Wow, the Steelers' defense has really been banged up. Again, no Harmon, no Herbig in this game. Don't see Joey Porter Jr. out there right now. Deshaun Elliott has been injured. Malik Harrison now out of this game. And the Steelers desperately need a stop, as this ball is going to be marched all the way back down to the 21-yard line of the Jets. 5:21 remains here in the 4th quarter. Jets up 32-31.
Not trying to jinx it, but the Steelers have to figure out a way to stop the run game, because now, if you're the Jets, you're trying to chew up clock and trying to initiate a 4-minute offense, so to speak, in effect, to just drive the ball and matriculate it slowly and keep the clock going, stay in bounds type of approach to preserve this lead that they have. And that's something that the Steelers have to figure out. How can we stop Breece Hall and Justin Fields, that quarterback boot out the backside on the read option, or if it's just Braylon Allen and Breece Hall running the inside zone track to the inside and getting explosive plays out of it.
Steelers have 2 timeouts remaining. Fields in the shotgun, ball spotted at the 21-yard line on the left hash. Fields gets a snap, back to pass, wants to throw short over the middle. It is complete to Reynolds, who is wrestled down by Eccles. A pickup of 5 out to the 26-yard line. Short completion right over the middle of the field, and it brings up a 2nd and 5.
A good job by Eccles to keep the man in front of him and make a solid play and not give up some yards after the catch.
Under 5 minutes now. Clock continuing to tick along here. Fields saunters up to the line of scrimmage with 14 on the play clock. Settles in, now brings Ruckert in motion as a fullback behind him. I formation, gets the snap, turns, gives to Hall. Hall finds a gap on the left side. That gap is closed down quickly by Cam Hayward. Pickup of a couple out to the 27-yard line. It is going to bring up a 3rd and 3.
Cam Hayward doing a great job of escaping the block, and as soon as the running back kind of clears his visual, taking him down and wrapping Breece Hall up by the arms and the shoulders and bringing him to the ground.
Oh, there's not much margin for error now with the Steelers defense. 3rd and 3, 4:10 and counting. Fields in the shotgun, has Hall to his left. Fields gets the snap and will keep it himself. He is hit first by Highsmith and second and finished off by Chuck Clark. Missy just mentioned one of these Jets coming back to MetLife Stadium, and Clark makes a huge stop on that play, and the Jets will have to punt it away.
Great blitz from the safety position on the offensive right side. Chuck Clark comes up and just blows in between the left guard and the left tackle, and he sees Fields. As Fields goes to pull back, he kind of rocks back a little bit before trying to take it, and Chuck Clark just takes his legs out before he can get moving.
Can't jump off sides here on a 4th and 5. McNamara gets the snap. Will boot it away. Steelers bringing some pressure. High, banging, huge punt. Drives Austin back to a fair catch at his 18. McNamara, a big punt, 56 yards and no return. Boy, you're thinking maybe the Steelers will have that ball at the 30, maybe 35-yard line. Instead, it's pinned. They're pinned all the way back at the 19 now.
And Calvin Austin, I felt like he could have fielded that and possibly made a play, but he saw green color, spooked him a little bit, so he called for the fair catch. And
it looked like I think they may have had a punt block on too. It looked like they brought a lot of guys, so maybe not a lot blocking for him in the way of a wall or anything like that as well too.
Yeah, that could also be the case.
But I agree, there was some room there.
Yeah, there was a little bit of room.
Ball at the 19-yard line. 3:13 remains. Steelers down 32-31. Aaron Rodgers, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Now Gainwell will motion that way. Empty set for Rodgers. Rodgers gets the snap. Jets bring 5. Rodgers a cross over the middle, and it is complete to Freiermuth near first down yardage. Looks like they got him just short.
Yeah, another great quick slant. Freiermuth sitting on the inside slot to the offensive right and just takes one step, shields himself in between the defender and Aaron Rodgers, shows the numbers. Aaron Rodgers puts it right on him on a quick slant.
No huddle here, 2:48 and counting. Not really a hurry up here as Rodgers back will loft it up the right side to Austin. Oh, some contact, and here comes the flag. And it's going to be Brandon Stevens as Austin was beginning to pull away. Stevens tugged at him just around midfield.
Defense number 21. Spot foul, automatic first down.
And in fact, this will, let's see where they're going to mark it. Looks like it's going to be, now they're marching it back into Steelers territory at the 48-yard line. A 19-yard penalty, and the Steelers have the first down at the 48-yard line. Clock stopped, 2:42 remaining. Down 32-31. Again, the Steelers have 2 timeouts remaining. The Jets only have 1.
And a great call, play call. And once again, Brandon Stevens, a guy you talked about earlier, he doesn't like to get his head around, so he gets nervous. He starts pulling at the player, and Calvin Austin was the recipient. I'm glad he did it right along the sideline, so it was nice and clear to see.
Rodgers gets the snap, back to pass, looking, fires over the middle, and deflected and caught. Holy mackerel! Wow! Off of Metcalf, off of Jonnu Smith, who was standing near Metcalf, back to Metcalf on the ground, and he somehow caught it.
That is an amazing play. Metcalf ended with the ball, started with the ball. What a great pinball action and great way to keep your eye on the ball.
Holy mackerel. Now the quick throw out to the left, and Austin is wrestled down as Stevens is able to fight off the block attempt of Roman Wilson and stop Austin after a 1-yard gain as we get approaching. And now, we're going to have the 2-minute warning with the ball at the 40-yard line of the Jets and the Steelers facing a 2nd and 9. It is time for the 2-minute warning brought to you by Giant Eagle. Giant Eagle is proud to bring freshness, quality, and value to Steelers Nation. Visit your neighborhood store or order online with curbside pickup and delivery. With the score, the Jets 32, the Steelers 31. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Steelers fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day, too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a pro or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, official supermarket of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
For an extraordinary advantage in sports, you need a game plan. For an extraordinary advantage everywhere else, all you need is Acrisure. With a high-tech human approach to insurance, cybersecurity, and more, Acrisure helps you take care of what you care about. That makes winning easy. See what Acrisure's extraordinary advantage can do for you at Acrisure.com.
Enjoy Hossam deals Monday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. 2 Hossam hours. 5 Hossam favorites at discount prices, including our soup, salad, bread, nacho, and dessert bar for only $9.99. $10.99 whitefish, $11.99 soft chicken, and sirloin tips and more. And for our lunch diners, we also have another Hossam deal. Get our soup, salad, nacho, bread, and dessert bar for just $9.99. Monday through Friday from 11 to 3. Dine-in only. No other discounts apply.
Hoss's Steak and Sea House. Hoss's is hospitality.
Steelers fans, your team is a powerhouse. Are you ready for another great game here in the Steel City?
Absolutely. And let's take a minute to talk about the other powerhouse in town, been the best for 48 years straight. Got the grit and strength to take on anything. It's an MVP here in Pittsburgh.
Ford F-Series.
Best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh and in America. Now, how about that young duo on offense?
That's the next powerhouse on our radar.
F-150, the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
2-minute warning, MetLife Stadium expected to be a low-scoring game. It is 32-31. Jets lead. Steelers have the ball facing a 2nd and 9. The Jets have 1 timeout remaining. The Steelers 2. Aaron Rodgers has thrown 4 touchdown passes. It has been a back-and-forth game. He has Kenneth Gainwell to his right in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Now Gainwell will move from Rodgers right to his left. Rodgers lifts the foot, gets the snap. Jets bring 4. Quick screen to Jonnu Smith, and Smith is closed down from the inside. And it is Quinnen Williams, one of the best in the business, who stops him for a loss back to the 43-yard line. And again, you have the great Chris Boswell, but every yard counts in this situation, and the Steelers just lost 3 of them.
Yeah, it's not what you want in that situation. You're trying to set up the tight end screen to the right. Jonnu Smith was the most inside of 3 receivers, but a great reaction by Quinnen Williams. The reason why he's one of the best in the league.
Rodgers moves up to the line of scrimmage, 120 and counting. It is 3rd and 11 for the Steelers. Crowd is loud here at MetLife Stadium. Jets showing pressure, and Aaron Rodgers calls timeout. It was extremely close to the clock evaporating, the play clock, and so rather than allow that to happen, Aaron Rodgers calls the timeout, and this will be interesting. Clearly, you're going to try to press the ball down the field. The question remains, is your number 1 priority here to set up for a Chris Boswell field goal or try to pick up a first down? The further downfield you go, the riskier the pass. However, if you go downfield and it's an incomplete pass, you're trying to pick up a first down and maybe finish the game on offense. But now you're asking Chris Boswell to come out and kick a 60, maybe a 61-yard field goal.
Yeah, I would think the intermediate route, just get something off of it. Try and get something that gets you closer to the 35-yard line. You'll probably run 2 of your receivers to the sticks. If they're open, get it there and try and get the first down. But the biggest thing is you got to get at least 5 to 6 yards here and just give Boswell a little bit more room for error and a little bit closer of a shot on the field goal. We know he kicked one earlier from about the 40, which is a 55-yarder. but this is one you don't want him trying to kick close to 60.
Rain was out earlier. The clouds have parted, and suddenly it's sunny here at MetLife Stadium. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 3rd and 11. Rodgers gets the snap. Jets bring pressure. Rodgers floats one up to the left, and a lot of contact downfield. No flag called. Austin cannot believe it. Calvin Austin is in shock that there was no penalty called.
There was a lot of contact here.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers is
and look
furious.
At that. He's grabbing the jersey.
That's
Stiggers is grabbing the jersey of Calvin Austin as he's trying to go up for the ball. That, I hate to say it, that was not a good call at all in that moment.
So a 60-yard field goal attempt now comes with 1:08. Right on the right hash in the middle of the logo at midfield. Boswell, a 60-yard attempt. Snap. Boot on the way. That kick is up, and that kick is good. The great Chris Boswell drills one from 60 yards out to give the Steelers the 34-32 lead with 1:03 remaining in the fourth quarter at MetLife Stadium.
Are you kidding me?
Max, that ball went into the screen. That thing was drilled by Chris Boswell.
He nailed that ball and hit it flush and true. He could have hit it from 65 with the distance that was left on that one. Perfect loft, perfect distance and power. Oh, my goodness.
What a weapon. We talked about the kicking game before. Nick Folk, a huge improvement for the Jets. But there is only one Chris Boswell.
The Wizard of Boz does it again. He pulls another trick out of the hat. And, man, that is a heck of a play. And that's a heck of a weapon to have, to know that we only need to get to midfield and we're in range.
Now, keep in mind, the Jets, who were the worst field goal kicking team in the NFL last year, added Nick Folk, the NFL's most accurate kicker over the last 2 years. 1:03 remains. The Jets still have a timeout. And here's the kick taken by Arian Smith, the track star from Georgia at the goal line. Heads out to the right, trying to get to the edge. Chuck Clark wrestles him down. Chuck Clark has made some big plays for the Steelers down the stretch. And they're going to mark it right around the 31-yard line. And so the Jets, you figure, probably have to get to the 33-yard line or so for Nick Folk. Folk in his 18th season. Again, extremely accurate. And there is a timeout remaining for the Jets and 56 seconds on the clock. Steelers defense looking to make a stand.
I would say if I'm the defense, you need a sack to force that timeout and also get some yardage loss for Justin Fields. A tough task with a team that has over 387 yards of offense so far.
Fields gets a snap, throws underneath. It is complete, and this is Tyler Smith. Smith in the middle of the field, taken down at the 37-yard line. Clock is continuing to roll here. 45 seconds, 44 seconds as the Jets get to the line of scrimmage. Fields in the shotgun. 2nd and 3, gets the snap, back to pass. The Steelers bringing an extra man. Fields evades the rush, fires, and nearly intercepted by Ramsey and knocked away from the intended receiver, Josh Reynolds, across midfield into Steelers territory. So it will bring up a 3rd and 3.
And the Steelers bring 5. They add on Patrick Queen on the dog up the middle. And Jalen Ramsey does a great job in coverage of knocking that ball away from Reynolds along the left sideline.
So 3rd and 3. The ball just outside the 37-yard line of the Jets in their own territory. 30 seconds remains as the Steelers clinging to a 34-32 lead. Fields in the shotgun. Steelers bringing the blitz. Fields steps up under pressure and is hit as he tries to throw it away. It's Patrick Queen. Incomplete pass, and it brings up 4th down with 25 seconds remaining.
Great pressure by Patrick Queen. He was up in the line. He backed up to allow Peyton Wilson to come. They ran a delayed cross dog from the line of scrimmage, and Patrick Queen adds on late, and he's spying Justin Fields and hits him right before he wants to throw the ball. Ball goes bobbling in the air and falls to the ground. What a great blitz there by the Steelers. You got to do it one more time here, boys.
4th and 3. Ball at the 37-yard line. 25 seconds remain here for the Jets. Fields gets a snap. Back to pass. Looking. Steps up in the pocket. Has some room. Throws to his left. And the ball is dislodged. Jalen Ramsey wallops Garrett Wilson. It is incomplete. And Ramsey makes the play that seals a victory for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Woo-hoo! Somebody get the license plate of that train. It was a J train coming straight down the tracks. What an amazing job. Garrett Wilson was beyond the sticks to gain. That would have been a first down. But Jalen Bam Bam Ramsey comes up and lays a slobber knocker on Garrett Wilson, dislodging the ball, turnover on downs, and all that's left is a sweet knee action to the ground to end this one and get out of MetLife with a victory.
And the doff of the cap to our buddy Craig Wolfley with the slobber knocker.
Yes, got to give it to him.
Wolf's looking down, smiling at this one. What a game. Began the broadcast with a tribute to our late colleague and friend Craig Wolfley, and he would be delighted and is delighted with this result, as the Steelers just need to take the knee. Aaron Rodgers under center, 4 touchdown passes in his Steelers debut. And man, it was a whale of a ball game to begin this season. That is the end of the game with a final score. The Steelers 34, the Jets 32, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Stay tuned for Steelers' first reaction in the Mike Tomlin postgame press conference. You're listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network proudly presents Steelers Football 2025. Brought to you in part by 84 Lumber, a dynasty partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. By Calusi Chevrolet, serving the Pittsburgh area for over 106 years. By Always Safe Flagging and Traffic Control, making traffic safe again. Call 412-301-2300 or visit us online at awsafe.net for a quote today. By Bordis & Bordis, fighting for justice. By Caliente Pizza and Draft House, 7-time World Pizza Champions. Order today at worldsbestpizza.com. By Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy.